men chase, all right? But if you do it, they get turned off. You know why they get turned off? Because they're hardwired to want to chase a man. So they try to fight their nature because these stupid ass books teach them to not chase a man. But if you try to chase them or over pursue them, you turn them off. Why is that? Because they're hardwired. That means from centuries, from generations, they're hardwired to pursue a man. All right? They're hardwired to want companionship. They're hardwired to want bonding. Even though these feminism books teach them to make the man chase them. So if you do it, you're going to turn them off. All right? So we in a new age dating where women don't pursue men. If you went on a date with a woman 10, 15 years ago, maybe 15, 20 years ago, I guarantee you the next day she would call you before noon or around noon. I guarantee you. All right? I guarantee you. You ask anybody who's old enough to remember, they would tell you she would call you the next fucking. You didn't have to call her. She would call you. All right? But these feminism books tell women don't do no pursuing. Let the man do all the calling. He do every fucking thing. All right? But then if you do it, if you overdo it, you turn them off because they're trying to fight their hardwiring. All right? So pay no attention to these dumbass dating coaches who get on here and tell you guys that dating ain't changed. And I don't know what fucking cave they've been living in, but dating is much different than what it used to be. Guys, when I was younger, when I was 22, 23, you didn't have to worry about giving a woman too much validation. They actually fucking appreciate it. If you told a woman you love her, or if you told a woman you care about her, you didn't turn them off. Do that shit now and see what happens. Oh, now you're a pussy. All right? So I'm just letting you guys know that feminism has much more to do with the dating generation we're in today than even social media. Social media has devalued male attention. It has, because they can just post a picture online and get 1,000 likes and 1,000 guys commenting thirsty ass comments, which means that they don't have to chase your validation because they can get it online for free from thirsty ass dudes who they don't look at as nothing but fans. All right. So, like I said, guys, today.
All right. What's going on, y'all? Can y'all hear me in the chat? What up? Solo gang, what's up? Feel me? Let me know if you can hear me, man. What's going on, man? I need that feedback, people. You already know, man. Every time y'all come through, I need that feedback. All right, the phone lines are open. And look, I wanted to talk about this topic today, about how dating has changed in the last 15 years. And I thought about it, and it's kind of sad because I realized 15 years ago I was in college. So yeah, I'm getting kind of old. You know what I'm saying? And before I make this video, let me be clear. This is not a bitching video or a video complaining. This is simply just me being introspective of my experiences in regards to dating, how it has changed. And maybe some of y'all in the chat, like King Nick or CR Frank or Massive Panda, shout out to Motor City Kid, man. Hey, I'm coming out to Vegas, bro. Yo, you got me? What's going on? You got me? I know you got some broads on deck, so we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that behind the scenes. But I just wanted to talk about that, how, just being introspective, how dating kind of has gradually shifted and changed. And I wanted to talk to y'all. I know I got a lot of viewers that, the age range is all over the place. I mean, most of my viewers are from 20 to 35, according to the analytics. So they're around my age range. Some of y'all are younger. Some of y'all are older. And this is one for you older cats. If you're older cat, you in your 30s, 40s, 50s, please chime in. You feel me? Because this one is for y'all, man. For real. That's just what we do. So what's going on, Leon Alexander? I see you. So what's going on, Senator of Truth? So let's talk about the game. How has the game changed? And shout out to my boy Alpha Male Strategies. Y'all already know, man. This dude is blowing up. You feel me? The first interview I did with this brother, man, he had 180 subscribers. 180. Now he's at 26K. So shout out to him. And this is one of the reasons I'm doing this video, is because of the fact that tells me that, there's there's a lot of men out there, especially younger men, who weren't taught the game the way that they were supposed to be taught. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're talking about black men, a lot of these men come from, you know, single mother homes, so they didn't have a masculine figure in the household to learn the game. And a lot of these young men, I feel bad for y'all. I'm gonna keep it real, not to throw a pity party, but a lot of you guys were born into this whole feminine or feminist society and have been indoctrinated in this bullshit of feminism, and y'all don't know any better. Y'all don't. You feel me? And let me just say this, man. When I was in college, I was a big simp. I couldn't see the forest for the trees. I would just do these. I mean, I was still getting coochie. Don't get it fucked up. But I was just very simpish. And then combine that with being thirsty. Now, one thing I realize is the reason why a lot of men are thirsty is because of testosterone. Let's keep it real. A lot of men are thirsty because they're overeager and they have a scarcity mindset. They have a scarcity mindset. And so what happens is that when you have a scarcity mindset and you're thirsty and you're horny, you're going to do a lot of simpish things. You're going to text a girl a lot. You're going to call her a lot. You're going to compliment her a lot. And I did all of that shit. I remember back, man, look, you guys heard Sim Tales, right? Anybody who, look, I'm not here to lie to you guys and talk about this super player shit. That's not me. But if you listen to my Sim Tales, you know I did some fucked up shit. And I had to go through that to learn. And everybody has a sim story, whether they want to admit it or not. Everybody at one point has been got or not. Some of you guys got by marrying some smut bucket thought that you shouldn't have married. Some of you guys got by impregnating a slur. You know, we all have our sim tales and our moment of weakness where we succumb to the opposite sex by doing some shit out of thirst, out of scarcity. You know, by the way, the phone lines are open. And me personally, let's get straight into it. Me personally, I think that there's a combination of different things that have contributed to the decline of dating, because it's not dating anymore. Let's keep it real. It's now, quote unquote, Motor City Kid hooking up. And they don't even call it, the younger kids, they don't even call it dating. It's hooking up. It's you meet a girl and then they come to the crib, or y'all just hang out. You know, y'all hang out with friends. Like, real talk, for every time I meet a chick that says she's never been on a real date, because you can tell by these chicks, these younger chicks especially, when you take them out, that they haven't been on a real date because they don't know how to act, or they don't have any conversational skills at all. It's pathetic. If you and like I said, I'm a bit older, but I still date younger women, 25, 24 younger. And once you get below 25, you can tell the social intelligence in regards to dating is severely lacking. And I think that, you know, feminism is a major contributor of that. You know, I remember, just like Alpha Male Strategy said, man, before social media, one thing that he mentioned that really resonated with me is when you met a girl back in like 2003, right? Leon Alexander, I don't know if you remember that, but in 2003, when I was in college, when you met a girl and she showed high interest, a girl would literally be blowing up your phone. Anybody remember Instant Messenger? Does anybody remember AOL Instant Messenger or MSN Messenger or Yahoo Messenger? That's what we used to do. Okay, I know y'all kids, y'all do Snapchat, right, and Instagram. Well, before Snapchat and Instagram, we did MSN Messenger and Yahoo Messenger. Dog, you know how many we used to have cyber sex, nigga. We used to have cyber sex. It wasn't no sexting, my nigga. You niggas are spoiled, man. You niggas is getting dotty like pictures. And I've gotten some too. You niggas get these girls to like send you pictures of their coochie and all of that. We didn't have that. We used to have to use our imagination. We used to have to type. So you used to have to be able to type. And we used to have to talk to girls on the phone. Talk to girls on the phone. Like, I remember back in the day when I was in high school, man, 16, We used to just, we'd be on the phone with girls for hours. We'd have conference calls, man. It'd be like me talking to like 2 or 3 females. And that's how I developed back in the day my mouthpiece, you know, just by talking to girls on the phone. We would just after school talk to girls for a minute. Nowadays, you ain't gonna do, who the fuck is gonna talk to a girl for 2 or 3 hours on the fucking phone? Even in high school, they don't do that shit. They don't do that shit. They might have massive text messages. So technology, I believe, along with social media, has definitely made a huge difference. Definitely has made a huge difference. And I remember being in college, when you met a chick and she was really into you, they would blow up your phone. They would blow up your phone. Yeah, I don't know about party lines, but I do know we had conference calls. If that's the same thing, you know. But girls will blow up your phone, and you would just talk to girls. And if a girl was really into you, they would call you. I remember one of my exes back like 10 years ago, she was upset because I didn't have enough time to hang out with her. Because at that time, I was seeing 2, 3 other women. And she was, at that time, she was last. The reason why is because the other women, you know, sexually, I was more into them, but she was like the good girl. And she ended up being my girlfriend because the other women were just smash and dash, but she really stepped, like, girls back then made an effort, my nigga. If a girl liked you, she made an effort. I mean, I'm talking about girls coming to your crib, they fixing you a hot plate. A lot of you niggas don't even know nothing about that. When a bitch come to your crib, how many bitches is bringing a hot plate? I mean, women used to come through, bring a hot plate. I remember the time women, if they were interested, bottle of Grey Goose, all of that. You know what I'm saying? So when a woman was really interested in you, she would make an effort to show you that she was interested in you because she might look at you and say, this guy right here is boyfriend material or more. Nowadays, it's not even like that. Nowadays, these girls want you to be a fucking clown. They want you to entertain them. That's what it is. Nowadays, for a girl to bring a hot plate, this and that, either you met a girl, number one, that's rare, or number two, that's rare. You know what I mean? It's really just, you know, how it has changed. And technology has changed that. You know, back in the day, they used to, like I said, you could go on these chat message boards and talk to girls and chat with them and meet chicks locally. You know, online dating was taboo. You feel me? I remember when I told people I met somebody online, they thought, nigga, you can't meet girls in person? And this is where I think one of the other aspects kicks in. And I'm going to be a little bit all over the place, guys, so forgive me, but I'm just, like I said, I'm just being introspective right now. You know, before the economy crashed, before 2008, and I would even go further, Massive Panda, Motor City Kid, and C.R. Frank, since you like talking cryptos, I would say before 2008, I would even say 2007. Right? Yeah, 2007, that's when shit changes. But I remember back in the day, you could, like, when you went out to the night scene out here, it was popping. It was popping. I mean, I don't know how to explain it, but it was a meat market. Like, women would go out to meet men. Okay? Now, yeah, women still go out to meet men, but it's different now. Now, when women go out, they already got a man. They already got a man. And it just blew my mind. For those of you who follow me on social media, I went out last night, right? And it just blows my mind. I'm looking around. I see some fine-ass girls. I'm not going to lie. But it blew my mind how many girls were on Instagram or Snapchat instead of being caught up in the moment. You know what I'm saying? And so I really think that the economy was a major contributor to that because the economy crippled the night scene in the USA. Now, if you're out in Vegas, shout out to my boy Motor City Kid. If you're out in Vegas, if you're out in Miami, New York City, LA, it's still popping, of course. But if you're in a smaller city, it crippled a lot of the nightlife in those cities. You know, it just did. You know, and I think that had a major factor to do with it, where women, including men, but women were like, okay, we're not going to go out. We're going to save money. And this is where online dating kind of took off back in those, you know, when the iPhone came out, right? The iPhone came out, what, the first iPhone, 2008? The iPhones came out, and it just kind of like helped to accumulate this whole technology. I mean, this all goes hand in hand. This all goes hand in hand, you know? So you have one of the reasons, and hold up, man, I'm reading the comments here, man. Yeah, Massive Pound. I was out here back in 2007. I was out here. It was a different scene. You know, it was popping. And when the economy crashed, the nightlife, it crippled it. It went, I mean, it was still popping, but it crippled it. Before the economy crashed, it was like, I remember the shit was like Vegas out here, my nigga. And what I mean by that is, if you went out to a spot, right, you would have to wait. Like if you went out after 10:30, my nigga, you would have to wait in line for an hour to get in. You would have to wait an hour in line to get in. Nowadays, that's seldom. The only reason why you would wait in line now is because of Super Bowl weekend. That's the only reason. But unless it's like a special event or a holiday, you don't have to wait in line. You just don't. And that's one of the reasons why these clubs out here where I live, they got rid of covers and shit like that because they wanted more people to come to the night venues. Because what was happening is people stopped going out to the night venues as much, and it really crippled the scene. You know? King Nick says, women used to go to bars and clubs to meet men. Damn, that's such a foreign concept to my young ass. Hey, King Nick, how old are you, bro? I mean, yo, it was different, fam. And I'm pretty sure if somebody who's 40 or 50 watching this, they can concur what I'm saying. Because I remember when I was younger, there were places I could go to where I knew I could get my dick wet or I could get some numbers at least. Now, I'm going to keep it real. In 2018, I can't really think of a place like that. I really can't. There's no place that I can say today that's a sure shot. It's all over the place. But yeah, Motor City Kid, there was spots like if you wanted a phone number or you wanted to meet a girl and bust her down or jump off, that's what we used to say, jump off. You know what I mean? You had your clubs that you could know, it was legit. You could get a bad chick or you can, get a bust down to smash. But you don't have these places anymore. You just don't. So I do think that the economy is something that definitely contributed to the situation. It definitely did. And one of the things too is with feminism, one thing I've noticed, because we like to talk about that, right? And this is where we're going to talk solutions. But I think with feminism, what it has done is it has made women's attitude worse. It has made their attitudes worse because now when you see a men approaching women, even yesterday, man, I didn't see a lot of dudes approach women. And when I did, some of these women were savage, C.R. Frank says, around here, the carnival used to come 4 to 6 times a year. Now it's very rare. Yeah, I mean, you had those spots, but I think it was just different. Like when in those days, when you were dating women, when a woman was into you, like she made it easy for you. There was no games there were games, don't get me wrong, but women weren't as flaky as they are today. Nowadays, women don't really care. Nowadays, you gotta, and maybe it's a testament to how my game has fallen off. I'm gonna keep it real. Maybe it's just me because I fell off. And maybe it's just one of those things because now the game is more superficial. And what I mean by it's more superficial is it's about how many followers do you have on Instagram? Let me get your Snapchat. I'm like, yo, I met a chick on an online dating website. She wanted my Snapchat. I was like, why not just get my phone number? But now it's all about your quote unquote clout. And so that's why I find alpha male strategy so interesting is because when you read the comments in that video, brothers are asking him, should we, how do I get in a girl's DMs? And how do I holler at a girl on Instagram? And real talk, like Instagram, hollering at, is that what we're doing? Motor City Kid? Now we meeting girls off of Instagram. And here's the thing. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Let me be clear. I don't want anybody to say I'm hating. I'm not hating. It's just bizarre to me because, and that's one of the reasons why, shout out to Mr. Groovy, I brought him on, because there's these young cats, that's how they meeting females nowadays. It's through Instagram. It's through Instagram. It's a real thing. Young cats are meeting females through Instagram. You know, they call it, you know the song, it goes down in the DM. It goes down in the DM. It go down by Yo Gotti. That's a hot song, by the way. I like that song. But my nigga, to me, as a guy in my early 30s, sliding through a girl's DM and Instagram is just what? If I'm sliding through an Instagram, it's probably because like, yo, my name is Solo TV 84. Do you want to do an interview? You know, but I'm not sliding through a girl's DM because I'm thinking, yo, you look good. Can I slide in your sugar walls? You know what I mean? But that's what young cats are doing. And I'm not knocking them for doing that, because when you go out, I see cats come up to me and say, yo, what's up? Blah, blah, blah. They want to add you on social media, and that's cool. Hey, Solo Mitch, that's cool. I'm just saying, you know, when you're in the club, it goes down. You know what I'm saying? It goes down. But anyway, yo, the phone lines are open, man. Somebody call in, man. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean? The phone lines are open. So if somebody wants to call in, I'm gonna post the number in the chat. Let's talk about it, man. You feel me? But it's all about adaptation. So let's talk about that. I mean, do you guys holler at girls on Instagram? I'm not, you know, let me know. Shout out to Mr. Groovy, man. I know he said he slayed 3 girls off of Instagram. That's what he said. So I haven't yet. But when I will, or when I do, I'll let you brothers know. You know, AMS is already the best. Yeah, Senator of Truth. And I think I'm going to keep it real. And shout out to, you know, the Rom. I fuck with Rom. Shout out to him. Shout out to Steve. I fuck with him as well. I think that, you know, what AMS, the reason why AMS has gotten so big is because he's got a pulse on the young niggas, on you guys, the young guys. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is that he's in the field, he's still out there, is very relevant. You feel me? And I think that's the disconnect, because when you hear a guy who, you know, is married, or a guy who's not hollering at younger chicks, then it's not gonna resonate as well. You know, 912. Thank you for calling the show. What's going on? Where you from?
What's going on, Solo? It's CR Frank calling from Georgia, bro.
Hey, CR Frank, what's going on, sir? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Just enjoying the day off, chilling, man. Listening to the chat, man.
That's what's up, bro. What you want to talk about today in regards to the topic, sir?
Man, I think it's a little bit I think it might be it's the economy, of course, and a little bit of fear too with the media, you know, because the stuff going on, like the terrorist attacks and stuff like that, or the shootings, like with Vegas, a prime example. And I think a lot of people are just afraid to, you know, they exploit and get out, because they're all in their social media and all they're seeing is shooting this, concert this, bomb threats this, and just a little bit of everything. It was kind of crazy.
Yeah, but you think, I mean, CR Frank, I'm glad you brought that up. But the nightclub, from what I see in my area, and I can't, you know, also from some of the articles I've read in the past, it started to decline majorly in the US once that 2008 shit hit. And in my opinion, I would even say it started a little bit earlier than that. In 2007, you could kind of tell something was happening. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I remember people would go out in nightclubs and it'd be long lines. And I'm not saying that there aren't long lines now, but it's just every place you would see would be fully packed. Now, when you go out, you might just see 1 or 2 spots like that are really packed like that. So are people staying at home, CR Frank, or where those people, what happened to those clubbers that used to go out? Or did they all get older?
I think a little bit of both. Most people are staying home now. You know, just, and I think it could also be a lot of clubs are shutting down too. I know around in my area, they've closed down probably. We used to have maybe 5 to 10 clubs in the city, and 5 of them are like churches now. They're shutting them down, but it's definitely not the same. A lot of people are staying home, and the ones that did club in that era, they're all adults now. They're a little bit older. They're parents now. They have responsibilities and stuff like that.
Right. Well, one thing what I find interesting, C.R. Frank, is that there was an article, and I forgot the name of it that I read, but that says millennials aren't clubbing as, you know, their predecessors, the Generation Xers and Yers and shit.
Right.
Because they're doing that online dating shit.
Yeah. It's not original at all. It's bland, and like you mentioned, going out on a date with younger people, it's no conversation. It's just looking into smartphones and Instagram and Snapchat. You know, I like IG because I like to post photos. I don't really do the Snapchat. I just
right.
It's not a part of my time frame. I'm still young myself, but I'm not feeling that stuff. I miss, you know, going out to the carnival. Around here in that military community, they used to do the carnivals all the time. And if I like the chick, like the girl, whatnot, like, yo, let's go to the carnival and hang out. And it was original. It felt, you know, it was fun. You got to know her. You got to do, you know, things and have fun together too. And that made it more of a positive vibe instead of just social media. Along with social media, we have negative influences and a lot of things going on, whatnot, you know, a lot of violence and stuff like that. So naturally, it's already negative vibes with you and that person before y'all even meet in person, you know?
Right. And one thing about social media is sometimes those females, they don't look like their picture at all.
Hell nah, man.
You know what I'm talking about.
Hell yeah, man. Goddamn water buffalo.
He said, yep, water buffaloes and snow cows.
Right, man.
Hey.
I hope it get better.
Yeah. Now, I know, C.R. Frank, you want to talk about cryptos, but this ain't the stream for that. But I do have a question for you. Did you hear about this red pill coin that these MGTOWs was trying to roll out?
No, I haven't heard about that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, do your research on that and let me know what you think, C.R. Frank. I really want you to look. They got a website up and everything. They got the white paper up and all of that. I did a review on it on my other channel, the Solomon Jones channel, and I think it's trash. But maybe I'm missing something because it is a red. I mean, I'll support anything red pill related, but I don't know. From what I saw, it was trash. It looked like an ICO money scheme to me. And anytime you got a nigga like Angry MGTOW, who's one of the on that shit, and I don't know if you fuck with him or not. I don't fuck with Angry MGTOW, and I don't make it a secret. But I would recommend, man, C.R. Frank, look into that and let me know what you think. And I'm gonna go on to the next call. All right.
All right, man. Well, you have a good one, man.
All right, and that's once again, it's called Red Pill Coin, man. Check out the website, man. They got a website.
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, brother.
All right, cool. All right, so C.R. Frank is gonna check that out, and hopefully, man, he can come back to me and give me his breakdown as well, man. I'm gonna go on to the next caller. We got a caller right here. Caller from the 313. What's good? Caller from the 313. Can you hear me?
What's good, Solo? It's your boy, Motor City Kid out here in Vegas, baby. What's good with you?
Hey, Motor City Kid. What's going on, sir? How you doing, fam?
I'm doing well, man. I'm just getting up. Gotta go out here and pay these bills. You know, had a late night last night.
Okay.
So what's going on? What's up with the topic we doing today?
Hey, man, I had a late night as well. So, the topic today, man, we're just talking about, has the game changed? Has the game changed from the early 2000s. This is basically just a video response to my boy Alpha Male Strategies, as well as shout out to Rom Wills. You know, they have a difference of opinion. Rom says the game has only changed for squares. Alpha says the game has changed for everybody. What's your take when you think of 15 years ago, man?
The way I see it, the game ain't really changed. The players changed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's all about how they perceive things in their reality. These cats, they go out here, they see people doing things on Instagram. They think, oh, you know, I'm supposed to be doing all this stuff. When really most of that stuff is a facade. People putting on the show just for the Instagram and Snapchat. That's not really their life.
Facts.
To be honest with you, last year I may have paid for 2 dates the entire year. All the rest of the time, the ladies took care of me because that's what I expected of them. It's all about how you come into the game like that. If you come into the game like, oh, I want flowers, candies, and roses, and all that type of stuff, then shit, that's what's gonna happen. They're gonna say, well, shit, I got the incentive to do this shit. So if you come in the game and make yourself the prize, the value piece that she needs to make her life better, then she's like, oh shit, I gotta do what I gotta do to get this guy on my team. I gotta step up to the plate. I gotta come in his house, clean his crib, cook for him, do all these things. And then, you know, at the end of the night, she looking at you like, well, shit, this guy right here know what the hell he want. A lot of these dudes don't know what they want, man. They don't.
Right. But Motor City Kid, let me ask you this, because you said, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you said in the chat, you don't do online dating, right?
No, I've never done that.
Okay. So sir, as a guy, and you know, I like to go out as well, and I do a little bit of both. But for somebody like yourself, you don't do online dating, so maybe your perception is a bit different compared to there's some brothers that's all they do. There's some brothers, Motor City Kid, believe it or not, they've never approached a woman in their life.
Oh shit.
And I wish I was trolling, but that's the truth.
Okay, let me be honest. I did create a profile, but I never went far with it.
Right.
I never paid the money and stuff like that because I started reading their profiles, and it was all about me. It was nothing about what could she do to, you know, what she brought to the table other than me. So I was like, no, that's not my deal. But I'm not knocking anybody that does that goes into online dating and things, because I know some people that have found some wonderful people online, just to be honest. I've seen it happen. I've seen people hook up and have great relationships, even get married behind some stuff like that. But like you say, a lot of these dudes, they don't know how to approach a woman. They don't, I mean, maybe they don't want to learn. Maybe they think they should just throw some whack game out there and get a lady to jump on their line or something like that, but I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to knock anybody that does that.
Let me ask you this, Motor City Kid, because you are out in Vegas, and I'm pretty sure you are blessed. There are a lot of different, you know, there are a lot of women that come through Vegas. You know what I mean?
Okay.
For you, do you think it has changed as you've gotten older, where you meet these women, or are you still meeting women where you met them before?
Okay, it's no secret. I grew up in Detroit. So I get what you're saying about the Midwest with the scene.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was younger, of course, you would have to, when you go to a club, you pretty much had to know somebody who didn't want to wait in the line or be a super hot chick. And you were waiting in lines wrapped around the building for hours. And if you look like a bum or something, they weren't going to let you in or whatever, how that may go. But like over the past, I want to say maybe 10 years, 15 years since the recession, yes, it tapered down a bit. It definitely tapered down a bit. Like, you got to remember, in Vegas is the last place to come back around when the economy crashed,
mm-hmm.
because people needed disposable income to come party. So you got to remember, all you had was local people partying and people from California because it's close in proximity. So, you know, then, you know, it started picking up again. So, I mean, yeah, you can definitely, it's changed. I mean, the club scene isn't what it used to be when I first moved here, but it's still good. You know, and you won't wait in a stupid long line like you did maybe, say, 5 years ago in Vegas. But it's definitely changed a bit. If you're right about that, it's definitely changed a bit, dude.
Okay.
Definitely.
Now, do you meet women mostly at night in the nightlife scene, or do you just meet them wherever?
I meet them in traffic.
Okay.
I very rarely go out. If I do go out, it has to be for an event. Like say this weekend, Young Jeezy and T Greasy will be here. I'll probably go check that out. Your boy Lil Uzi Vert got something going on down at the club in the hotel I work at. So I might just stroll down there and catch some stragglers, you know, just be a part of the scene like that. You know, it depends. I mean, you'll find women out here, man. It's very easy to do. You just have to have a really nice personality and have something going on about yourself. Because if you out here and don't have much going on, why would you expect a woman to say something to you or even take you serious? If you out here and you a bum or you're not taking care of your business.
Facts.
You know, you still have to be on point.
Facts.
Regardless, you know what I'm saying?
Facts.
You gotta remember, you got other dudes out here that's getting it. You know what I'm saying? You got competition, bro. Especially out here, heavy competition. And that's what the women are. They have to compete because there are other women out here that's coming from all over the world to party. They flying on these buses, landing in Las Vegas to party with the highest value male that's available to them. Whether he's purple, green, orange, black, white, whatever, it don't matter. If you got it going on, you're getting it cracking.
Facts.
You know, dudes out here not saying, oh, I don't want to mess with a sister, blah, blah, blah. Listen, you grabbing the highest quality female, and she grabbing the highest quality male.
Facts.
That's how it goes. And when you start venturing towards the other side of the Mississippi is when you start seeing all of those still having issues, you know. Because you really don't hear that kind of conversation out here like that. You know, that black woman is and all that type of crap. You don't hear that out here, dude. You just do what you got to do, and you get the highest value lady out there. And if you on point, the highest value woman, you know, she want to go home with you or hang out with you. I got homeboys that's like, they millennials do it. They up here snatching up niggas, getting room keys at the bar.
But see, and Motor City Kid, you were just about to steal one of my talking points that I was going to say. If you are a high value guy, and it sounds like you are, and your boys are too, the game has actually become easier for you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, yes sir. But you see the BS off top. You know what I mean? And you can see through it, shit. You know, when you start talking to her, you think, oh, okay, I see what this is about. You already know it's a pump and dump. She looking for a relationship. She look like she gonna have problems. She got daddy issues. She hasn't healed from her past relationship. You'll be able to see all of that type of stuff once you start talking to a woman.
Right.
You know
and also another thing, Motor City Kid, and I know you see my Instagram. I'm in the gym, man. One thing I notice is if you're older, you got to make sure your body is on par. I mean, you ain't got to be no Dwayne the Rock Johnson type nigga, but you got to be on point, man. You feel me?
Oh yeah.
You got to be on point.
Yeah, because you got other guys out here doing the same thing. You know what I mean? So y'all essentially competing. But you know, if you want a nice lady, he compete. He want a nice lady too, and you got to keep yourself tight. And what I will say, I'm being fair on this right here. I've been in the gym, and I said when I first started hitting the gym, I want to say it was like 2008. When at that time, I did not see any sisters in the gym like that. I'm gonna be honest. The past year, I've seen more of them in the gym, so they must be listening to what y'all fellas putting out there. I'm just keeping it 100, man. I'm gonna give them some love on that. I've been checking them, but they've been in there trying to get it together. Dude. I say, okay. Because before I could count them on one hand throughout the month. Now I'm like, oh shit, okay, ladies, I see what you're trying to do. Y'all want to compete. That's
right.
A great sign, fellas.
Right.
Awesome sign right there.
Right. Now, Motor City Kid, I ain't mean to cut you off. I do got 3 other callers in line, fam. So
shit, my bad.
Yeah, they calling today. So I appreciate you calling though, man. Shout out to Motor City Kid. You feel me? I'm gonna throw you back in the queue, player.
Oh yeah, take the calls, man. My bad.
323 was good. 323, can you hear me? Hello? 323, you on the line? Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah. 323, what's up?
Hey, what's up, Soul TN4? It's me, Kobe. How you doing?
Hey, Kobe, what's going on, man? I'm doing good, man. Where you at? What part of the country you calling from?
Long Beach, California.
Long Beach. Okay, so what's going on, man? What you got to say today, man?
Now, when I think about the best way to dating, I think is through friends. What do you think? I mean, that's the most efficient so far. I mean,
brother, you are brother. I'm loving what you're saying, and it boggles my mind that we don't have more brothers in the black manosphere saying that, especially these dating coaches, that the easiest way to meet females is if you have a lifestyle, right? Where you out there, you doing your thing, you meeting women, it's all good. Like for real, last night I went out, right? I stepped out. I don't know if you follow me on my social media and whatnot, But
I do. I think I do Snapchat, but I got your Instagram and I believe YouTube.
Yeah. So last night I went out. My boy, he just came back from Dubai. So, you know, he's one of them dudes. He's one of them Dubai niggas. He got money, right? But it is what it is. And so when I met him, there were 5. He already got 5 females with him. You feel me?
Right.
So it makes it easier, especially being a black man living in a white town, and you come in, you trying to meet girls like that. They're gonna be skeptical, you know, because I'm not a pretty boy motherfucker. I'm not.
Right.
So when you meet these,
nigga, but you guys together.
Right, exactly. So you meet these girls that know the boy that you know, they're going to be more receptive towards it because they're going to be like, well, if he's fucking with him, he must be good.
Yeah, he's cool. Yeah. Another thing, what I want to know about the dating pool, I think it's going to get to the point where it's going to be single or set. That's what it's going to be, because the way I noticed that when I was on Instagram, like, there's women from other countries. Since people go in other countries, marrying us, people go in other countries, social media is going to spread so much that when people from other countries are going to know westernized stuff, it's going to get to the point it's going to be single or settled. You know what I mean?
Right. You know,
everyone's going to be fucked up. All women are going to be fucked up, even other countries, because they're learning stuff from other countries here. You know what I mean? And they're going to come over here, and they're going to want to be over here. So, I mean, it really is going to boil down to what you can deal with, what you got to put up with. It's going to boil down to that.
I think, you know, and this is, you know, you bring up a good point once again. This is why self-improvement is so critical. You know, alpha male strategies, he calls it being on your purpose. I call it on the road to success. You've heard me talk about that. And
yeah, you're going to have to build yourself up, because it's really going to differ for guys. I really feel, as far as I think guys are going to be better advanced than women, because women only have looks to go off of. Meaning that it's not really going to set them apart from other women. I mean, it's really it's not going to set them apart. What's different with the guys, we don't have looks, but we have a better advance because we have more to offer. Meaning that, I mean, we can differentiate from other guys. Women can't make difference, but looks really what they're really want to do. That's what it boils down to.
Right, and you know, once again, and this is why it boggles my mind that these dating coaches, they don't talk enough about social circle type game, you know, having networking.
They don't talk about personality. They don't talk about, that's the thing. They don't talk about, based on your personality, you'll be able to get her if you hurt. They don't talk about that. I think, like, at first they tell you, they're kind of vague. They tell you what you want to hear. They're kind of vague with it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They're not really descriptive.
Mm-hmm. Well, one
That's
thing,
what I feel.
And I think that for most guys, let's keep it real. A lot of us guys are not going to be in the top 10%. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us are not going to be, you know, we're not going to be Trey Songz. We're not going to be Usher. We're not going to be those niggas. And we got to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, I mean, we can be like, this is money, guys. We're not going to be like celebrity love.
Right. You know what I'm saying? So it just baffles my mind that they don't talk about networking or social circle. Because when you have friends, it's so easy. And you go out with those same people, then they get comfortable with you. And then next thing you know, one of the females might be choosing up on you. And this is how, and you got to remember, before internet dating, this is how people used to meet. Yeah. This is how people used to hook up.
The only way it's going to be familiar is through friends and people. That's the only way it's going to really work. I mean, through people, that's the efficient way. Another thing also, what I'm wondering is this. I don't understand, I'm trying to think I'm about to say, shoot. No, but the thing about the dating is this, I don't understand what they're not. They really don't. That's why they tell you what you want to hear. They don't say they always blame the men on what they shouldn't do. They don't really say the women. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well,
I feel it was very one-sided.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, if they do that, they're going to be put themselves out of business.
No, but the thing is, like, are we talking about general or specific dating coaches?
Well, I'm speaking in general. I mean, if you want to call somebody out, go ahead. You know me, I'm with the shits.
The thing about CJD, I don't really like CJD stuff. I feel like he says a good game, but he's not descriptive. You know what I mean? Like Steve, I think he's very against MGTOW, and if he would, I mean, I think he should incorporate that. Then it would be understandable, modernize his man mindset, but it's so outdated because he wants to use the old stuff back in there. I think the talking part is good, but
Kobe, I got to keep it real with you though. The problem with MGTOW is that you can watch 10 different MGTOW channels and they will give you 10 different definitions of what MGTOW is. So I understand where Steve is coming from when he's like, what the, this, because you got, okay, take MGTOW 101, for example, and I'm not dissing him, but take him, for example. He is all about fucking bitches, you know, smashing hoes and hookers. He sound like a POA to me. I'm not saying he is, but that sound like some POA shit. And then take another MGTOW. Take a MGTOW like, what's that one? I forgot his name, but he was a MGTOW monk. So it's like you got different definitions. I mean, the core, I understand the core tenets. You know, don't get married, don't have kids. I get that. I get that. But then when you get to the other shit, that's when niggas, you can listen to Sandman. You can listen to MGTOW 101. You can listen to what's his name? I forgot. A bunch of these cats. BGS, shout out to him. And they will all give you different definitions. And that's where I think the confusion comes in. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think there's no specific, One thing, another thing also, I really was about to say, I think polygamy is going to be the big thing soon. Because people get married, but not in the highest numbers. And it's going to get to the point where people are going to want to have multiple females and do that. I mean, it's already happening, but it's going to be more of a norm of polygamy, having multiple women. I'm not talking about having 3 wives, but it's having multiple women. You know what I mean?
Right. Right. But also on the flip side, hold up, Kobe, I'm glad you brought it up. But on the flip side, from what I'm seeing, you're going to see a lot of guys who are going to be cool with getting cucked. I mean, you're already seeing the shit where you got niggas sharing the same bitch. You feel me?
Well, is it cucked though? I think the reason why people do that because it's like, I mean, is it cucked though? Like, because they want to do it the full responsibility. So you talk about the side nigga thing?
Yeah, like, you know, like a chick has multiple.
Oh, go ahead.
A chick has multiple dudes, and they know about each other, and they're cool with it.
I think it's more of they're trying to pass her around. I think it's more of a pass around thing. I mean, is it like I don't know how to. I'm trying to understand. Is it simping though? Because I think they're trying they're stuck on the same chick though. It's like I don't know. Like what is your thought? Is this simping?
Yeah, I think it is simping because if you saw my video where the chick, right? She's fucking her husband, and then she's fucking another dude. And the husband, he's paying the bills, he's taking care of the kids, while she's out there fucking other guys. That to me is simping because you got the guy. It's the classic alpha fucks beta bucks thing. You got an alpha male who's getting the pussy, but the other nigga's paying for her lifestyle. That's simping to me.
No, though, it's what I don't think it's simping if it's unknown, though. He doesn't know. But if you do know, then I would say simping. Because some guys think he's a side dude, though. Like, what did you think about you being the side dude, for example?
I mean, if you're the side dude and you are cool with being the side dude, that's on you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to keep it real. There was a situation 10 years ago I was the side dude knowingly. And that's because I just wanted pussy. And she was cool with giving me pussy because her man wasn't knocking her walls right, you know.
Right, hitting from the back and piping it down.
Yeah, you know, he wasn't giving her that bunker buster right. So
what do you mean like that? Are you talking about that type of couple? Because it's weird. It's different versions. It's like there's one when the whip chick is fucking 2 guys. Is that what you're talking about? Like
no. When I say cucked, what I'm talking about is what I see happening is where guys are fucking the same girl and they know they're fucking the same girl. And that girl is making one guy pay for shit and like.
Oh, yeah, that's something. I thought they know, like the guys know we're fucking the same chick, but we're not in a relationship with her. That's what I thought you meant.
No, like you have, like she has relationships with these men, and that's what I'm talking about by being a cuck.
I thought you meant like we're fucking the same chick, but we're not in a relationship with her. We're just fucking taking turns, like a homie stuff like that. We're fucking
nigga,
chick, but we cool. Like,
yeah, nigga, you talking about running trains? No, I'm talking.
No, I mean like you fuck her Tuesday, I fuck her Monday. That's what I thought you meant, like that.
Nah. I'm talking about.
Like, some guys will be like, we're fucking her Tuesday. I'm fucking her Tuesday. You have her Monday, like that type of shit. Like fucking the same chick, but like not in a relationship with her. You know what I mean?
I got you. That's not what I mean by cuckold is. You're gonna have guys.
Polyamorous type of thing, yeah.
Wait, but the woman is the one who's in power of the situation.
Right. And I want to ask you another thing. I want to switch it up a little bit.
All right, last question, because I got other callers. Last question.
Okay, right. What is your thoughts about women being a lesbian, like a lesbian, but she has a guy she's fucking? What are your thoughts on that? She lives with the girl though, but you're fucking her. What are your thoughts on that?
So you're fucking a lesbian? Is she a lesbian then? If you're fucking,
it's hypothetical. It's hypothetical though. Like some women are like bisexual and shit.
Yeah, look, I've dealt with some of these women. I mean, it depends. I mean, what are you looking to get out of it? Are you looking to wife her up, or you just looking to smash?
No, I'm fucking. And also, I know some people say they want to have a wife and a husband. The girl, she wants the husband and a side chick. Like, what are your thoughts on that? Like one guy, one girl. I've seen that on a video.
Okay.
Like a woman wants to have a husband and a girl. That's what she's saying.
Yeah. I mean, I did a video on this too, and look, it really depends on the dynamic of the situation and what you want. I mean, if you're cool with fucking two girls at the same time, cool. But what's going to happen is eventually, if the bitch wants to divorce you because she enjoys having her carpet munched more by her girlfriend than you blowing her back out, then you're in trouble.
I mean, you don't have to get married. You can just be in a relationship with them. That's the thing. I'm not saying get married. You can just do it.
Yeah, I mean,
like, I don't know.
I mean, that's cool if that's what you want to do. You know what I'm saying?
No, I mean, you can just have multiple women. That's what I'm thinking, because that's going to be the new thing. No one's trying to get married these days. I mean,
yeah, I mean, just
it's going to be a new dynamic. That's what I'm saying. That's why relationships are going to be a new dynamic. I think the only relationships that work, they're not traditional. That's the only relationship going to work in the West. That's what I honestly think.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, definitely. All right, well, Kobe, thank you for calling in, fam. I appreciate that, man.
Thanks, Solo.
All right, man.
Bye.
All right, so here's my thing with what Kobe just said, man. If you want to be in one of those relationships where you have multiple women, I mean, that's cool. If you can afford them and you want to have concubines, shout out to Chronicles of Judah. If you want to have a harem, if you are able to provide, or you're able to be the head of that, that's cool. But what I'm talking about is cuckolding, where you have a woman who's fucking another dude and you know about it, and you're the one paying her bills, you're the one taking care of the kids, and the other nigga, he's just blowing her back out. He's not doing nothing besides that. Who's the alpha male in that situation? You know what I mean? That's simping to me, man. That's simping to me. Hold on, man. I think Motor City Kid is still on, man. Hello?
What's going on, boss?
Hey, Motor City Kid, did you hear that part? What you think of what the brother just asked or talked about, man?
You got it. Which part?
The part about smashing the same chick. Like, you smash her on Monday and another nigga smash on Tuesday and you know about it. Are you cool with that? Would you be cool with that?
I got too many options for that type of shit, man. I'm not gonna. I mean, I don't have to bang. There's too many women out here, man.
Right.
We don't have to bang. We don't have to bang the same shit, bro. You know what I mean? It's generally the other way around. It's generally women are sleeping with the same guy because there's not a lot of guys.
Right.
Because you'll see a chick, she got a baby. She got babies by 3 different dudes, but her girl may have a baby with him, and some other chick may have a baby with him because there's not enough guys out here like that.
Right. But let's keep it real, Motor City Kid. There are situations where girls are banging multiple men that they don't know about it, right?
Okay, that's true.
So I will say that, but if I knew the bitch talking about, yeah, Solo, I'm gonna bang Motor City Kid on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Sundays, and I'm gonna bang you on Monday, fuck all that, man. Nah,
I'm not cool with that.
Right.
That ain't my deal and shit like that. I mean, I had a situation where, you know what I mean, it was a friend of mine, you know what I mean, he one nighted the chick, and then, the chick wanted to get at me and shit, you know what I mean, but she wanted to pursue a relationship with me, because she, like I said, this is if I was a simp, I would have fell for this shit, because I would have been like, oh shit, she wants to be with me like that, but I'm looking like, nah. She just saw that I was a higher value quality male that she could probably build with, as opposed to my man, who she was just fucking on some random. I got drunk at the bar with shit, But I identified that, and plus I don't have to fuck behind somebody like that. Come on, not knowingly.
Right. Right.
Because we all do it, we just don't know.
Right, and here's the situation. I'm gonna keep it real. I mean, I was in a situation where a chick smashed a dude I knew, and then I smashed her, but that's all it was.
Right.
You feel me? So what I'm saying is, and I'm not saying we smashed her the same night. I'm just saying that he met her some other time, And then I met her later on, and then we found out later on that we smashed the same chick, but I wasn't cuffing her, nor was I thinking about cuffing her. And then here's the funny part. This chick, right? She knew that I knew that she smashed my dude. She let me smash, I smashed her. But then she got mad at me because she found out that I used to smash her homegirl on the regular like 2 years before. And I didn't even know that they were homegirls. Like, this is how small my town is sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
You know, but
that just goes to the mindset of women, though. That's just how we can compartmentalize things. We don't. That's why they shouldn't be holding around like that, because they get emotionally attached to shit like that, man. You know what I mean? When they take in that energy like that, it fucks their whole mind up, dude.
Right.
I mean, we can fuck a chick and forget about her. You know what I'm saying? They can't do that because they take in all that energy from each male that they've been with, man. And it fucks with their mind and shit like that. That's what is it called? The imprint? That type of shit.
Right.
Oh.
Right. Now, let me ask you this, Motor City Kid, man, because since you're the only one on the line, I'm going to just chop it up for you with you until somebody else calls. What is your top thoughts on MGTOW?
Top 5 MGTOW guys?
No, not top 5, but what's your thoughts in general about MGTOW?
Okay. I'm a little older cat, so I listen to the older MGTOW guys.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're coming from a different place. They're coming from being married for 15, 20 years and get screwed by women in the system. So I look at those guys' scenarios as opposed to some of these guys who just can't get women. And they just want to be, talk shit. They want to attach themselves to something that's railing against women who wouldn't give them the time of day, a la feminism. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have an issue with the MGTOW. It's just that it's like in the manosphere. You got some guys in the manosphere that's all over the fucking place with their logic and their thinking and whatever. It's the same thing in MGTOW. You have a set group of guys in the manosphere that has a direction, has a course, has a plan of action and a cause of what they're trying to do. In the MGTOW, it's the same way. You got guys that stand back on what their beliefs and their thought process is on why they won't date women, why they do certain things, and why they just want to PUA. It's pretty much what it sounds like, or bachelors in most cases. But some of these guys are a bit extreme with this shit. They just I don't know, man. They get a bit extreme with it and just want to just talk crazy about all these different types of women. It's like, dude, if she don't want to fuck with you, ignore her. There's no need to talk about that shit.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep it moving on to the next subject and showing guys a better way to move, and how to obtain resources and real estate and things. Use it for that purpose.
Mm-hmm. Now, let me ask you this, Motor City Kid, and Colby brought up an excellent point about the whole social circle, meeting girls through that. Why do you think that in the manosphere, not just dating coaches, but also MGTOW, they don't talk about that? How to meet women or how to meet other people through networking and social circles and stuff like that.
So why the dating coaches don't do that?
Yeah.
That's what wow. We should get them on and ask them that shit. We should definitely get them on and ask them why they don't do that. I mean, that's a very good question, dude. But that's a very good question.
Because the reason Motor City Kid, like the way I see it is, I've done it both ways. If you approach 1,000 women, you can do that, but that shit is tiring. You know what I mean? And time consuming. Where if you have a lifestyle where you got your homeboys that are doing their thing, like you got your homeboys doing their thing, and then you got fly women around you because you guys are doing something. They see you guys, you guys are traveling or partying or doing your thing. Women want to be with guys that have fun.
That's true.
So I guess I don't understand if you're a dating coach. You can meet women approaching. You can do that. That's easy too. However, if you build a lifestyle that is, and I'm not saying do it for women. Let me be clear, guys. But if you have a lifestyle where women want to hang out with you, because then it's naturally going to be easier.
That's true. And you gotta, excuse me. And you have to have something to offer.
Mm-hmm.
Just like she does. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you're not gonna. I mean, there's women that I see. But I think the difference between men and women, in my opinion, this is just my opinion alone, is that we understand our value, and we're realistic with that. Like, I can see a certain type of woman, I could approach her, have a conversation with her, But I kind of know that if she's feeling me or not, and I'm not going to take offense if she's not feeling me, because I understand that there's other men out here that may have a little bit more to offer than what I have to offer. And women don't seem to see that. Some women, that is. I ain't say all, but some women seem to can't grasp that. I think it's the dissonance, the cognitive dissonance or whatever. And I just know how that works, man. Like, I know if a woman, I see a woman, I be like, well, I can approach her and talk to her or whatever, and she may not, she may just blow me off. I'm not gonna take offense to it because hell, she may have a man, she may have a husband, she may have like a queue of dudes lined up that her playing school at the time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I can't just. I'm not gonna do 1,000 approaches like that, right? Anymore like that, because I don't have to. I mean, I have the luxury of. I never had to beg for anything like that.
Right.
I don't know how dudes do that.
Motor City Kid, hold up. I got an international caller, man. I'm gonna throw you back in the queue, or you can hang up. It's whatever, man. Hold up, all right?
All right, man. Yep.
I call her from somewhere. Can you hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, hi. Who is this?
This is Senator Truth.
Yo, Senator Truth, what's going on, man?
Yeah, what's good?
Hey, fam, you got some background noise there.
Yeah, I know it's because I'm home based in UK. Don't worry, I've needed it.
Oh, okay. So what do you want to? We got Senator of Truth from the UK calling in. What do you like to say, Senator?
Yeah, like basically, yeah, Jim has changed, didn't it? Like AMS, like when Alpha Male Strategies came in, like he basically put all the dating coaches just acting out of character and shit. But when I watched this video, yeah, it has changed. Feminism has a big part of it, and social media. And the other thing is even though people talk about social media, the other problem is the fact is that social media has taken away the social skills from the men to deal with women. So you got a whole bunch of like socially awkward men who don't know how to approach women because that has been naturally taken away from them. So that's another thing that people don't really look at. I don't hear dating coaches talking about it, and that's why you don't really see much social circles around, because I was like, to be honest, like majority of women I get is majority from social circles. So yeah, that's just really me just putting in my 2 cents,
Right, and I'm glad you brought that up. Once again, yeah, AMS came through, and I think that a lot of younger men wanted advice that was more straight to the point, because he's very straight to the point.
Yeah, and people ain't gonna waste time. Remember, we're in the microwave society, right? So basically, if you compare like AMS's work compared to say the other cats, AMS's videos is only minimum 10 minutes long. These older cats, they'll be having hour live streams. Young dudes ain't got time for that. Young dudes have a low attention span now. So we ain't gonna be taking it in like the older cats. So that's why Alpha comes in. And when Alpha comes in, he's just gonna do his work. The crazy thing is, this dude, like, I've been watching all the older dating coaches for years. I've been subscribed to them for 3 years. I've only watched Alpha Male Wisdom for a couple of weeks or months. This dude improved my game. This dude actually allowed me to have my first basically free. So all I'm saying is like AMS is it, and it's just showing you like all the frustration that these dating coaches are causing for these young cats.
Mm-hmm.
It is what it is. If I was to give anyone like information now, like the best thing to do is just make new friends and just get the women from the social circle. You don't have to do much. Like that's how I got majority of my girlfriend. But yeah, I'll just end it here because I know you got other callers. But yeah, obviously, man, I'm not on YouTube anymore, so life is good. But yeah, I said what I need to say,
All right, bro. Well, I appreciate you calling in, man. I really do. All the way from the UK, Senator of Truth, man. Shout out to you, man. We miss you, man. We miss you.
Yeah, man. It's 1 a.m. in the morning right now, man.
All right, bro. Well, get some sleep, bro. Get some sleep.
Not until the stream ends, man. Not until the stream ends.
All right. All right, Senator.
I'll catch you later, man.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
All right, y'all. So that's Senator of Truth calling from the UK. Yeah, look, listen, with these dating coaches, you know, I'm not, this is not a stream to diss him or nothing like that. At the end of the day, I think that, you know, Senator of Truth is right. A lot of younger brothers have a shorter attention span. Even myself, when I look at a YouTube video that's longer than 5 minutes, sometimes I'm just like, nah, you know what I mean? So it definitely is important that you're able to convey your message in a reasonable amount of time. I personally think that if your video is longer than 20 minutes, then it's got to have some phenomenal stuff to say. But sometimes when I listen to these videos, it's a lot of filler, a lot of, you know, remembering the times, a lot of old stories, and nothing wrong with that. Don't get it twisted. But at the end of the day, you know, get to the point. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, if you want to call in Darkman X, man, the number's in the chat, bro. And the lines are clear right now. So shout out to Super Sly, man. I see you. I see you guys. Who else we got in the chat, man? Who else we got? Okay, so I see Johnny Hilson in the chat. Who else? Okay, Meta Evolve. I see him too. Yeah, man. So, you know, that's the thing. I mean, has the game changed? That's today's topic for those who are just jumping in. Has the dating game changed in regards to, let's say, the early 2000s? You know, so we got a caller calling from the 619. Caller, what's up? Where you from? Hello? 619, can you hear me?
Man, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
Good, man. Coming home from the JOC, cooking. I'm following your stream about the topic.
That's what's up, bro. Hey, this is my boy, Darkman Jeff, man. Not Darkman Jeff, but Darkman X. Darkman X. Yo, Darkman X, man.
I know Jeff tried to bite my style. It's good, though. I like Jeff.
Shout out to Darkman X, man. You know, he's a model. He be doing the modeling thing and the crypto thing. Shout out to that man, man.
Well, like, I wanted to get in on what you were saying about why cats aren't doing the social circle thing, man. And I feel like it's something that's really not talked about. I feel like it's real hard, especially in westernized cultures, for black men to get in any social circle.
Mm.
And I feel like that influences a lot of the reason why it's real hard to kind of to break into that dynamic, to meet new people, because a lot of the times, outside of, you know, the stereotypes and the music that portrays us in a negative light, a lot of cats outside, you know, minorities, they really don't fuck with black men like that. They don't know anything about us.
Right.
They see what they see on TV. So even, you know, myself, and I mean, you follow my IG, you see what I'm doing, and I'm putting myself out there and trying to just think of things outside the box to build new social circles. It's still a challenge sometimes. Like, it takes a lot of work to break those stereotypes and make it so people feel comfortable around you.
Right. But let me ask you this, Darkman X. You do the modeling thing. Have you noticed that? And I see you also do salsa. So you are really doing everything. I mean, do you think that has maybe helped you a little bit where a girl says, okay, he's a model guy. I can, you know, he's in the same industry, so I want to date him. Have you had anything like that? Or is it because I know model guys, you guys have reputations as being players, or has that hindered you from meeting girls in the modeling fashion scene?
So, again, so it's like two separate things. And it's funny you said it, because I just had a date on my birthday for that very reason. I feel a lot of that is because, personally, I feel like black men as a whole, like as a collective, especially in the States, we're not respected. We always have the most negative stereotypes. We always have kind of like the bottom of the barrel, back of the bus mentality when it comes to business, or just trying to, as you say, get the bag or just come up. And even high value, or what could be considered a high value black man, such as myself, who's in, modeling, acting, stunt, doing stuff like salsa, just things outside the box, they expect more from us because of the social conditioning that, hey, especially if it's somebody else, like let's just say for sake a white woman, most of the time they're being fed this whole, hey, he needs to be like Christian Grey, he needs to be blonde, blue-eyed, 20-something, the whole trope.
Right.
And when they find, because I just had a particular white woman just last week. She basically was telling me that she was attracted to me, and she's not really attracted. She's trying to say so many words. She's not really attracted to black men, but she really likes me. So when they find that, they're asking us to do all kind of shit. We gotta be like damn near Superman, which I just hit that shoot because I'm always dressed in the Superman stuff. But we have to be above and beyond. You know what I'm saying? And I've seen plenty of subpar cats. They're about nothing. They don't take care of themselves, but they're pulling like 9s and 10s. But yet, those same 9s and 10s will ask us that basically we have to get the moon for them, and other people will get a pass. So, just to go back to my original point, it does help. But again, because of that social conditioning, it's like, okay, he's not a stereotype, he has a value, but you have to kind of protect yourself, especially with, the hashtag Me Too going on, and you see what's happening to all the, like, black celebrities. Like, it's real hard to differentiate between somebody that's genuinely, like, into you versus, I'm just with this person because of the status, and perhaps I can have access to stuff.
You bring up an excellent point. All right, listen, Darkman, I keep calling you Darkman X. Hold, I'm gonna just put you in the queue real quick. We got another caller. I'm gonna get right back to you. All right.
Cool.
All right. He brings up an excellent point. You know what I'm saying? Caller from the 404, man.
Yo, what's good, Solo?
Yo, what's good, man? Who's this?
Yo, this is Master Panda.
Hey, Panda, what's going on, fam? How you doing, player?
Man, everything's good, man. It's over here in Atlanta. Figured I'd call in. I wanted to touch on something that I believe Motor City Kid said earlier. You guys were earlier discussing the dating game in regards to the online dating scene. And one of the issues I had way back when I really started getting on Tinder and everything was I had a serious problem with the negativity that I would see when girls would upload their profiles and they'd have the information written down in their bios. They would say stuff like, no dogs, no dudes under 6'5", no this, no that. I've seen girls go as far as to say, well, if you're not black, keep it moving, stuff like that. And it got to a point where I was just like, you girls are so negative. All you're doing is telling us what you don't want and telling us what turns you off. You don't have anything good to say about yourself.
Yo, Master Panda, you white?
What's that?
Are you white?
Did you say am I white?
No, I'm asking, are you?
Oh, no. I mean, I got a girl, but I'm not white. So.
Okay. I'm all right, bro.
Yeah. No,
No, yeah, I mean, there was a while there where I was going through the Tinder thing, and it was just the negativity, man. I'm sure you've seen enough of it. I know you said you do both the dating game and you're in the field, which I think is pretty solid game. You know, you get a little bit of both worlds, and when you're lacking in the field, you go ahead and, you know, pick up on this online dating game in. But I mean, I don't know. Did you ever experience that? A lot of the negativity you would see in the dating online.
Well, Massive Panda, you bring up an excellent point, and for me personally, what happened was I actually got burned out with the online dating, with the online fatigue, because every time I would talk to a girl, even now, it's the same shit talking about, are you a player? Because if you just want ass, blah, blah, blah. Because a lot of these girls meet guys that run this game on them, that they want a relationship, and then they fuck these girls, and then, you know, they don't call them again or something like that. And then you got to be the cleanup guy. And for me, I refuse to be the cleanup guy. So for me, I don't even, like I said, you know, I mean, I keep it real with most of these girls, but then sometimes I lie too, because a lot of these girls online are full of shit. They're full of shit. Let me give you a real story real quick, Panda. So I'm talking to this chick, right? This chick, true story. She's a Becky, nice body, nice ass, all of that, right? She's sending me pictures of her, titties out, all of that. But and talking freaky to me, right? This was just like a couple weeks ago. And then she's just like, you know, I like you, but when we meet, we're not gonna fuck right away because I want to really get to know you. And if we do have sex, I want us to get tested first, blah, 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 right? And I'm thinking to myself, okay, fine, whatever. But then, you know, I think I hit her up like, are you free on this day? And she was like, no. So I'm like, cool. Then I was going out one night, or I was doing something. I was like, hey, I'm doing this. You know, you should come through. And then she was like, oh, I'm on a date. So let hold up, Massive Pen. Let that sink in for a second. Here you have a female who's sending me these ratchet pictures. She's talking all this shit, but yet she's got the audacity and arrogance to tell me that she's busy, but the whole time she's auditioning and entertaining other men. You feel me? So when you hear shit like that, I really can't take anything that these broads online say serious. I just can't. I really can't. And a lot of these chicks are full of shit. If a girl is sending you pictures of her twat talking about she doesn't want to smash, fuck out of here, man.
Exactly. And the thing is, I completely understand you, because it's that. It's not even just online where you see stuff like that happening. It's also in the field. So there was a girl you guys were talking about earlier. You guys were talking about, you know, dating amongst social circles and stuff like that, which I think is cool too. But then you start to realize that a lot of these women are full of so much shit that the bullshit and the fuckery you see in the online dating scene, you also see in the field. It's ridiculous. I had one girl, similar to your story, she hit me up first. You know, we met through a social circle and everything. She hit me up first, and then out of nowhere, she started sending me all these, like, kind of, you know, freaky pictures, and then she was away at her sister's bachelorette party or something like that, and that's when all the pictures started coming in. And then I was like, oh, you must be drunk or something. She's like, no, I'm completely sober. I want you, blah, blah, blah. And so after an exchange of about like a couple of days of just nonstop freaky texting and stuff, she's talking about all the shit she's going to do, all the shit she's going to do to me. And then, you know, as soon as it gets time, as soon as we meet up in person, she's like, oh, I'm not that type of girl, blah, blah, blah. I was like, you know, it's funny because you were talking all this shit about all this freaky ass shit you're going to do. And now when it gets down to it, you're not about that life. I mean, I just don't get that shit. Like, what's the point? I mean, that's cool. Like, if you don't want to be a slut bag, that's fine. You know, I can respect the fact that a girl's trying to be wholesome or whatever, but don't talk a big ass game talking about you're gonna do all this nasty ass shit, and then when it gets time to get the shit going, then you want to take a step back. I don't understand that shit. Like,
yeah, it could be. It's a couple things. Number one is their attention horse. Number two, and I'm gonna keep it real, man. Maybe she wasn't feeling you. You know what I mean? It can be a couple things, you know, but me personally, it's just, I find it amusing that they have all these stipulations of men, but then they're doing the same thing. They're playing the field. They're talking to a bunch of guys. They're doing all that shit.
And they just keep teasing you. They're trying to figure out how hard you're really going to work for the pussy.
Exactly.
A lot of the dudes, like, you know, me, I know you're 30 and older. I'm 30 and older. So after a certain age, man, especially when you're dealing with some of these young girls, they think that I got me a 30-year-old dude. I'm gonna try to play this game on him. I'm like, no, bitch, I don't like. If you wanted to play that game with me, you should have caught me like 5, 6, 7, 8 years ago. I don't do that shit anymore. I'm not gonna be fucking running up and downtown, running around chasing her. I don't do that. I'm fucking 30. I got way too much more important shit to do than that. But that story that you just told me about, the thing that happened to you, it's funny because something very similar happened to me as well. And actually, a while ago, it was like probably about 3 years ago now. You actually did a video for me when I emailed you, and it was a video called, I believe it's called, I Got Rejected by a Super Slower.
Oh, that was you?
Yeah, that was me.
Oh, shit, that video was classic.
It was crazy, man. Like, I don't know how many people who are watching now actually saw that video, because that's probably been a couple of years now. But I'm telling you, man, it's like the same thing. This girl was a complete skank, a snow bunny, looked great ass, everything like that. I met her at a pool party. And then when I get on this date with her, she's talking about all these other dudes that she's fucking. And I try to tell the story, and I've told it in front of a lot of my feminazi friends. Like, I got some feminist ass friends, and it's just fucking annoying. And I've told it in front of them. I'm like, yo, this girl's a fucking hoe. And they're like, oh, how dare you disrespect her, shit like that. I was like, look, when you have a woman on a date with a man, and this woman is telling this dude that she is currently getting fucked by like 10, 11, 12 other dudes, then what the fuck else am I supposed to call you? You're a whore. And then on top of that, I guess when I try to get in on the action, she's like, she said something ridiculous to me, like, oh, well, I'm having sex with too many dudes right now. I can't add another dude to my repertoire. I was like, the fuck is that? Like, I guess.
But hold up, Massive Panda. Hold up. I'm gonna bring Dogman X to this too. When she was before you guys did the date, was she talking freaky and shit to you or what?
Let's see if I remember this. No, she didn't really get into all the nasty shit until we were actually on the date. It was weird. Like, I mean, I kind of got this vibe from her that she was a hoe. I mean, when we met at the pool party, it was weird. It was like a bunch of white dudes there, and and my friends, like sorority sister friends or whatever and shit like that. And it was so big. There was a whole bunch of white people there. And then this chick comes along. She doesn't see nobody as well. And then my friend says to me, "Oh, hey, what's her name? Only messes with black dudes. You should go holler at her, whatever." So I went and did that. And even though like she didn't really say any nasty shit the first time I met her, I kind of got this vibe that she was kind of on the slutty side. So, but she never really hinted at any of that stuff until the actual date. Once we got on the date, the second date, I believe, she was on all this shit about all of these dudes and all these fetishes and how there's this one guy who she knew that she wanted to fuck that she hadn't fucked yet. And she was like, "Oh, I seen the lump in his pants. His dick was so big." I'm like, "What the fuck is this shit?" So let's get this straight. I'm taking you out on a date. I'm paying for your meal. I'm the motherfucker that's paying for your meal. And you're just sitting here and saying that shit in front of my face. Fucking disrespectful, man.
Yo, let me ask you a question. Like, does it seem like, because even I can just hear kind of way that you talk, like, you probably don't follow that stereotype, right? For the most part, you're probably, yeah, exactly. So you already know that most of the dudes that she was probably fucking with were like thug dudes. And that's what I was talking about earlier, because when it comes to non-stereotypical educated black men, there's this aura about us where they're kind of like, well, you don't follow the stereotype, so he got to jump through hoops now because he's about some shit.
Exactly. They want the hood rats, they want the thugs. And it's funny because, on a lot of these channels, we discuss a lot of the fuckery that happens with the dating scene with these, like the black moms, single black moms, hood rat bitches and shit like that. And it's funny because I totally agree with all that stuff. But at the same time, you have some of these girls, like a lot of the girls who we discussed before on a lot of these videos, who say, "Oh, I'm a snow bunny and I only fuck black dudes" and shit like that. These girls also don't want educated lames. They also don't want educated black dudes. If this is snow bunny who's like out on some hood rat shit, then she wants the most hood rat bug ass dick she can get too.
Exactly.
Like, I'm telling you, man. Like, it's not like. They're at opposite. It's weird because they're like at opposite ends of the spectrum, but they still cross over like a Venn diagram. There's some weird shit going on.
Let me tell you about online dating, man. And let me say, I tried that shit, and I even went a step further. I even tried speed dating, and honestly,
and I know Solo appreciates it, and I appreciate it before because it was kind of like online dating will fuck you up mentally. Because not only, like you mentioned, that kind of in the field, these females have these unrealistic expectations because they see you about some shit. Think about like the chicks online. Why the fuck are they online to get a dude anyway, unless they're trying to look for a sugar daddy? Because I personally think that the really hot looking chicks, they don't need the online date. They just gotta walk outside. So most likely, if you're fucking around online, there's some kind of baggage that this fucking chick is gonna have, or she's gonna have some kind of mental condition, or who knows. Like, I try everything on online dating. You know, I try all that bullshit. Okay, Cupid. What's the fucking other one? I don't know. Like I know I'm a fish. Coffee meets bagel. Like all that bullshit. And here's the thing too. You have to remember, like, there's algorithms on there. Because, you know, back, and I think so even talked about it, that people are trying to hack those, but there is a bias already when it comes to black males and black females. So I remember I put up modeling fucking pictures on there. And it was like, oh, I do this. And I was barely getting any fucking results. Just it ain't all. And like I said, I've seen people like my white counterparts just put in average pics, and you know they'll have like 20 hits, like right off the bat. Dude, I mean, one of my friends did an experiment one time. It was him and his girlfriend, and this was a couple of years ago. He and his girlfriend both got on Tinder at the same time, and then when he started logging on and trying to see how many hits he could get, he didn't get jack shit. When she logged on, every single person almost she hit on, she clicked on, she matched with. Because it's just, the game is rigged to be in their favor so much, you know? Like, it's just rigged for them. And that's why these women can get away with having all these ridiculous high-ass standards and ridiculous requirements. I just, like, when I look at some girl's profile, and first of all, I was like, bitch, first of all, you're online. You're not out in the field, which already throws up some red flags as it is. And then you're online talking about, oh, if you're not 6'7", with a 40-foot dick and all this kind of shit like that, like millions of dollars in the bank. I'm like, who the fuck are you? Who are you to have all these requirements? Because obviously, if you were the shit that you claim you are, then you can just walk outside and get a dude like that. But no, and fucking, you know, what's funny is that some of these bitches that be talking about, oh, I want somebody that's at least like no more than 6'3", and you know, they're like 5 foot nothing.
Right. Wait, can I step in for a moment, guys? Because you guys brought up an excellent point, and I'm glad you brought this up, and I want to expound on that. And I'm glad they brought it up. There's this whole myth that, you know, if you are an educated lame, that will have it a lot easier with the white girls. And there's a newsflash: white girls like thugs too. Believe it or not, I see that shit all the time. I see these fine and there, you know, and once again, I know that where I live is an outlier. I know that I live in an outlier city where interracial dating is more common. I know it's not everywhere like that, but where I live, it's not unusual to see a fine ass white girl dealing with some bummy ass thug. It's not uncommon, and it'll blow your mind. You'll be like, what the fuck? So white girls like thugs too, because they go through that fetishizing, mandingo-fied, I want a black cock phase. And you know, if you look like Future, you are in right now in my city. You know, that's just the truth.
I mean, you know what? Let me add on to that, and because I know, like, black women in particular, they try to use this excuse like, oh no, most black men who are white women, they're getting the bottom of the barrel white men. Because those same women that have those degrees, those same women that are in corporate America, same with the black women, they go after the same type of dude. Yeah. Now that I'm thinking about it, that reminds me. This was some years ago. I was living with some of my friends in East Atlanta, and they were all in med school. I'm not a med school guy, but they were all in med school. and they went to all-black college, Morehouse, down here, med school, and there was this one really good-looking girl who basically everybody in the class was trying to fuck. And she was dating this hood rat. All this motherfucker would do was just sit on the couch, smoke weed, didn't have a job, didn't do shit. And we kept trying to figure out, like, back then we were young, we were simping and shit, we kept trying to get all up in her business and trying to figure out and ask her, we're like, yo, why? You are a fucking med school student. You're actually one of the top, smartest girls in the class. One of these days, you're going to be operating on somebody, making all kinds of money, 6 figures and shit. We're trying to figure out, why the fuck are you wasting your time? I do not understand it. I mean, when I was in my early 20s, I don't give a fuck. I just let these bitches take the ball. If you're gonna fucking go away from a hood rat, like you're saying, Tyrone Ray from the block or whatever the fuck ever, go ahead. You know, and when you get knocked up and have a whole bunch of fucking busted ass, dusty ass kids, don't fucking come crying to me because I fucking told you this shit when we were all in our early 20s. And then I'll pull this shit when we're in our 30s. No, bitch, at this point, you've already hit the wall, your tits sagging all the way down to your fucking ankles. Nobody wants you anymore. You know?
Let me tell you this, I get that a lot too because, like Phil mentioned, dude, I do salsa. You know how many cougars that are there with like all types of baggage, or just women ain't taking care of themselves. They're just out of shape. We trying to give them. I'm like perfect for them. I'm not trying to hear it. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Like I told one of my white friends, like I was trying to explain to him some of the stuff that happens with black men trying to date and some of the bullshit I've seen with black women. And there was this big ass bitch in the gym. She had to weigh like fucking 400 pounds or some shit like that. And she was, you know, she's like one of those like, oh, it's my 4th day in the gym type bitches and shit. And she's in there doing some kind of like dumbbell walking lunges or something. And I was pointing at my friend. I was like, see this right here? Look the shit I'm talking about. This woman is fucking 400 pounds overweight. And I kid you not, she was wearing a fucking sweater that said Queen on it. I was like, I didn't know. I thought that was just like some thing people were saying online, the whole like, oh, my black queen or whatever. I didn't know they were fucking producing merchandise for these bitches that said Queen on it and shit. I was like, what's fucking Queen on it? How the fuck are you? First of all, let me explain something about Queen in the monarchy system. If you were a queen, that means you were married to a king, okay? Is there any dude in your life you treat like a king? No, you're not submissive? Oh, you're not? Then shut the fuck up. How the fuck are you a queen? You don't act like a queen. Let me tell you a story. So this happened on New Year's, right? So I was on a film shoot, and the producer decided to like take us all out to eat. There was two black females, right? That ended up they weren't doing anything for the production. They were like basically decorating a part of her estate. And she kind of introduced me to them. She was like, "Oh, so and so showing up, whatever." I didn't know them. Both, you know, they were pleasant at first, but they were like stereotypes, you know. They both were out of shape, like 400 pounds, had dropped the makeup, the weed. They're talking about, you know, the bastard kids, because they weren't talking about any men. Yeah, whatever. I'm running my business. So we're at the table, right? And one of them, you could tell she was trying, like, she was feeling me because she kept asking me questions. Because at first it was like, they didn't know who I was. And they were like, what do you do or whatever? And because, you know, the producer was telling me about the film, and I was like, oh, I'm in the film. And they're like, oh, do you have a speaking role? It's the first thing out of their mouth. I was like, I'm one of the leads. Both of them at the same time, oh, okay. So,
what did you like? You just see the gold digger coming out of it.
Exactly. So, we're sitting at the table eating, right? And like I said, there's a bunch of us there. And you can tell one of them was stealing me. She kept trying to fucking talk to me, and I was not stealing her because I'm not trying to be narcissistic or anything, but it's like, I work fucking hard, you know? And I still find time to go to the fucking gym and be in above average shape with all the bullshit. And we don't have to go through the daily struggles of being black in America, being a young, educated black man. What you have to go through, it's fucking stressful. So, yeah, we're sitting there, and I hear these, like, chicks going off talking to the producer, and they're loud. And keep in mind, I'm sitting right next to them, right? And keep in mind, I'm highly educated, way above them. Like, every aspect of their lives, I'm, like, exceeding well beyond what they're doing. and they're just talking about, oh yeah, there's just so many educated black women that are out there that are just not getting chosen, and the black men are scared of them. They're just scared of, and they're intimidated by the education. And I'm like, I'm sitting right next to them to be considered a high-value black male, and I'm just looking at them sideways, and I'm trying to damn, I'm like biting my tongue because the producer for the film is also female and black, and I'm just kind of like, I'm about to go off. But I was thinking, they really believe this shit. And I was thinking, first of all, most men don't give a damn about your damn education and how many degrees you have. Are you sure it's not because, you know, you're wearing weave, you have a bunch of bastard kids that you're talking about, gobs of makeup, you're not in fucking stage.
They think we're wondering what prestigious Ivy League university they graduated from. We don't care about that. We're just trying to figure out why your fucking gut is sagging all the way past your knees. I don't give a fuck about your education. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't fucking need you to do anything for me. So what shit did I give a I couldn't give fucking, I don't give fucking 3/4 of a fuck about your education. I really fucking don't.
At all. The bitch can work at McDonald's if she fucking comes home, gives me answer off the bank or treats me good and kind of fucking just, and those are roles. It's like a female and a white.
All right, guys, hold up, guys. 30 seconds more for each of you because I do got other people calling in. Darkman X, man, go ahead, man. Wrap it up with what you're gonna say.
No, I'm about done. I just had to tell that story, man. But I will say this: stay off the online dating. Just it's gonna mess you up mentally. It's gonna fuck with your confidence. Like I said, if I can go in there and put up actual pictures of me on sites, pictures of me modeling, pictures of me traveling, you know, high class shit, and I'm not getting any fucking hits, you know the game is rigged. Just it's like putting gas in a car that's already wrecked. Just stay off the online shit. And literally, and I know there was I think it might have been O'Shea stream. There was not a stream, but they were talking about the middle fat. Hey. You know, we can start practicing that shit, so that builds your testosterone back up, so you can start approaching bitches. Yeah.
All right. Well, Darkman X, I'm gonna release you. If you want to call back later, that's cool. But I'm gonna release you. Hold up, Massive Panda, man. Go ahead with wrapping this up. I got a question for you, man. Are you still doing online dating currently right now or no?
Oh, no. I mean, I've got a girl now. I just wanted to call in and, like, just roast, you know.
Okay.
That's what it is. I mean.
Okay.
But no, I mean, I did my fair share. But the thing is, I stopped before the Bumble thing got really popular. So I never got a chance to experience the whole Bumble thing, which I heard is even worse because it gives women all the power. You know, something about if they don't respond in the first 24 hours and it unmatches you or something like that. Something stupid.
Yeah. So, but what Bumble is supposed to do is have women, you know, swipe to the men, and then women have to send the first message. The problem is that you get some women, they don't say shit.
Exactly. I was like, why would you even match with that person in the first place? I don't understand that. Like,
you know. So it's like and shout out to Darkman X. I might have to get him on another stream, man, do a one-on-one, but he's right. I mean, the online dating, especially as a black man, can crush your confidence. Because I know Darkman X personally. I've spoken to him behind the scenes. He's a legit model. He's a model. He's an actor. He's in great shape. And if a brother that is good looking like him with his credentials, he's got a master's degree, highly accomplished. If he's going through that type of shit, what about a brother such as me? You know what I'm saying? And Darkman X, if you're still listening, bro, he brought up an excellent point with the social circle, and I wanted to ask him, and I'm thinking of it now, what his thoughts of the solutions would be, because as a black man, especially where we fall in, right, Massive Panda, being educated and we're not pretty boys and whatnot, we have to work so much more harder just to get a decent girl than other guys. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And for me personally, I mean, I'm not trying to be here bitching and complaining, but let's just keep it $150. We are more appealing to these women once they've been ran through.
Yeah, and that's about the time we have no more interest in them.
Exactly, because that's when we wake up as men. We start to realize our potential or where we're at in life. And yeah, Darkman X, shout out to you, man. You went on and I didn't want to cut him off, brothers, but we got other brothers calling. Another brother just dropped off, so I apologize. Whoever it was, call back. But yeah, Darkman X brings up a great point because I mean I see him on his Instagram. He's salsa dancing. He's doing modeling shoots. He's doing stunts. I mean I see he's very he's doing his thing. And if he's having problems like that, like some people might say, well, what's going on? Is it your approach? I don't know. Maybe we can delve into it deeper some other time. But I do think that for black men on the online dating game, I've spoken about it before. If you're a brother who is, you don't, fit the thug stereotype or the dirty Dick Rodney stereotype, online dating is not for us. Unless you look like Trey Songz or something, you're wasting your time for the most part.
Yeah.
Because real talk, the girls, Massive Panda, the girls that I was talking to yesterday, and even the girls, and I had girls were approaching me too yesterday. I'm gonna keep it real because of the shirt that I was wearing. It was my Lana Del Rey shirt. So white girls love that shit. But even though those girls that were coming up to me and that I was stepping up to, online dating, would they have given me the time of day? Hell no. Hell no.
No, absolutely.
Hell no.
Yeah. They have way too many options. There's too many options online.
So I'm not.
It just becomes a button mashing game at this point for them. It's just
right. And I do think that, like I said, online dating. I mean, there are guys that are successful. Shout out to Xander's Clutch. He's successful. If you are successful, keep doing it. I'm not knocking for brothers who are winning with that. I know guys, black men that are smashing 3 to 5 different women a week. And hold on a second. All right, guys, sorry about that. That was my neighbor. I had a package out front. But like I was saying, I mean, where was I at? With online dating, if you are successful, it doesn't really matter. If it's working for you, keep at it. But for most of us, we're going to have to work hard.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I've definitely been rejected by some water buffalo type cases in my day, but it's just you got to learn from it, keep it moving,
Yeah, I mean and listen, shout out to Xander's Clutch. What's up, man? I see you. Here's the thing, and I'm not. You got to do what works for you, but I just know that if a guy, online dating here where I'm at, you're wasting your time because you're gonna meet better quality in person. But even then, you're just gonna have to work a lot harder. And at the end of the day, I think that for us black guys, I mean, when I go out in the field, these black guys are on point. Even these thugs, everybody's jacked. Everybody looks good. No homo. Everybody's in great shape. So it's very competitive out there. Very competitive.
Yeah, it's weird. You would think it'd be more in the guys' favor than the girls, especially where you're from, because from all the videos I've watched of yours, you are talking about the Minnesota sevens and the Minnesota six, where it's like these bitches up there even uglier, even uglier than they are in other parts of the U.S. So I'm like, damn, man, if dudes are having trouble in Minnesota, then it's not good, man.
Like I said, I mean, and I'm gonna keep it real. You can come up here. I've always been honest, but like anywhere, you got to have something going on for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't just see. It's funny because I remember I was talking to this PUA guy who came from the East Coast, and this PUA guy just thought that you know, because he was on the Rouge V forums and shit. I don't know if you know who Rouge V is, but
I've heard you talk about it.
Yeah. So this POA guy thought, being a black guy, he would just come to Minneapolis and just clean up house with the white girls, because he's like, well, I'm from New York, so the girls are a lot harder here. Minneapolis is just going to be a piece of cake. And when he came to Minneapolis, he realized that no, it's not a piece of cake. You're still going to have to approach women. You're still going to have to talk to them. These women, because of the fact that it's a little ass backwards here, they're more about who they know. So it's all about social circle out here, who you know, who you're connected to. If you want access to the hottest women, and I'm not just talking white women, I'm also talking black women. If you want access to the hottest women, you got to be in some sort of a social circle or something like that. Now, does cold approach, can it work? Can online dating work? Of course, like I just said. But when I have guy friends, and I'm gonna keep it all the way real, guy friends that are extremely good looking, and they're banging sixes, you know, when they're 3-4 points higher than them, to me, that's something, there's something wrong with that, because when you're 3-4 points higher and you're still banging sixes and sevens, but you're 3-4 points higher, you should be doing better. But, kudos. But if you're just trying to smash, hey, there's nothing wrong with banging a six in my book. But remember, we're talking about a Minneapolis six. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of you niggas give me shit for that, but it is what it is, man. For real.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%, because I've had instances where I tried to do a cold approach on a girl at a bar, and there was one. I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm the shit or something like that, because I'm not. I'm just a regular guy, but she was definitely like 3-4 points below me. I mean, she was kind of busted. I'm not gonna lie. And I was just like, well, whatever. I'm out of practice. I haven't really talked to a girl in a while, so let me try to get it in real quick. And this was back when I was sipping like a motherfucker and buying bitches drinks and shit all the time, and I was like trying to ask her name, like, yo, what's up? Because, you know, she was a friend of a friend of a friend. So I was like, introduce me to one of your girls in the crew. So she did. And I was like, yo, can I buy your drink? But every time I asked her something, she's like, yo, yeah. I was like, God, man, ugly ass fucking bitch. You know, shit all over me. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And I was like, Atlanta is a trip, man. It's fucking ridiculous, man. We got tranny and ugly ass bitches, water buffalo in the club. It doesn't make any sense, man. But, you know.
Well, Massive Panda, last question for you, Massive Panda, because it's weird, because I've heard two things about Atlanta. Like, Ramil, I interviewed him. He says Atlanta is easy. You can find a nice chick, but you're saying the opposite. So I keep hearing different things. So what is it about Atlanta? Can you get a bad bitch in Atlanta, or is that just a myth? Because I heard another guy say that, yeah, you can get bad women, but you have to have money.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it might just be different for everybody. I mean, Ramil, based off what I've seen from your videos, he kind of talks like he has a certain confidence about him or whatever. So he might be, you know, evolved to a level where he can just kind of walk up to a girl. He might have that whole thing together. A lot of these stories I was telling you about, I was in my early 20s, mid 20s, and I was still. It was kind of like I needed that liquid courage in me. I needed that alcohol to approach a girl, and if I didn't have it in me, I was kind of on the nervous side, but. You know, I was hoping that they would kind of see past that and be like, oh, well, this is an intelligent dude. This is a good dude. Nah, they don't give a fuck. I mean, you either have to have your mouthpiece and your confidence on lock, or you got to have some fucking money or some shit like that. And then on top of that, a lot of the bars and clubs, you know, night venues that I would go to were in Buckhead, which is a more kind of like white type area with a bunch of these like sorority type bitches and shit like that. So, you know, if you're not some like 6-figure fucking ex-frat dude or some shit like that, then most likely you might want to try a different part of the city. But, you know, it's just, Atlanta, I guess, can be very eclectic. I guess it might be with where you go. And if you're a black man, you might want to go to a certain part of town, or if you're a white dude, you might want to try this bar or some shit. We even have one bar down here called Johnny's Hideaway, specifically known for a lot of cougars and milfs that come in there looking for young meat. So, you know.
So where does it? Hold up, Massive Panda. Where does a brother go if he wants snow bunnies in the A?
There's a part of town called Virginia Highlands. It's over by Georgia Tech. It's not too far from Georgia Tech. And there's another bar over there that kind of has some cougar age women, some milf age women, and also a lot of that age range where like girls just kind of got out of college, and it's like, you know, 3 or 4 years after college, that's kind of where they party. You know, definitely Buckhead if you're looking for snow bunnies. I don't know, man. Like, everything is starting to get mixed a lot down here in Atlanta, which I think is cool. A lot of people are a lot cool with migrating into other areas of town. We see this a lot, like in New York with Brooklyn, and where the hipsters will kind of move into the black side of town. So everything starts mixing and getting more eclectic. It's kind of cool. But yeah, a lot of the black women now are starting to go to the buckhead bars and everything. So you might just walk into a buckhead bar looking for a snow bunny and end up leaving home with, a hood rat chick or some Mexican girl or whatever. It is what it is, It's really eclectic down here. It's cool, but, I guess you might want to have your mouthpiece with you. So,
All right. Well, Massive Panda, man, hit me up later, man. But I appreciate you. There's another caller, I think, that we got. But I appreciate you, brother, calling. And we definitely got to do me, you, and Darkman X. We got to do another stream on this. I think you guys have some fire, because I think all of us are kind of in the same boat. You know what I mean? All three of us. And I know you've been a viewer of mine for years, as well as Darkman X. So I appreciate you calling in, brother. I hope you have a good night, man.
All right, appreciate it. See you next time.
Hey, not a problem. Yeah, man. So that was fire, man. Those guys coming in, definitely. I think that, the educated black man is because there's this whole myth that white women gravitate to just, will gravitate to educated black men, and that's not always necessarily true. I mean, once again, I know I live in an outlier city, and I see a lot of these college girls that are bad, but they're with these thugs and whatnot. So it's all up to you and where you are, and you really need your own little niche, man. You need your own little style, man. Whatever, the game is dirty, man. Whatever you can do, you know what I'm saying? You need to do that Goku Vegeta shit, that Super Saiyan fusion shit. Whatever you got to do, man, to come up. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not just talking about white women in general. I'm just talking about women in general as well, because now being out here in the game, I think that this Instagram and social media has made a lot of things extremely superficial. Women are just really, a lot of people putting on this facade and shit like that. And, it's just very superficial, Solo Mitch. It's super duper superficial, where people want to, and I think that when you see what I see these white women with these type of black guys, and I'm not hating on them. Let me be clear. I'm not hating on if they're with the thugs and those type of guys, but it just shows you that social engineering and the media is a real deal. We got a caller from 571. 571, where you from? What's good?
Yo, Solo, it's Clutch, dude.
Hey, what's going on, Clutch? How you doing, homie?
Hey, nothing much. I'm doing good. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. What's your take on this topic? Your input, man.
On this topic of has the game changed? Ooh. So I'm hearing one side saying the game's changed because of feminism and all that other kind of stuff, and I'm hearing the other side the game changing or only changing for what? The betas out there. Look, it's changing every single day. And quite frankly, that's the world we live in, and that which change is inevitable, despite what some people want to believe or some people try to make you believe. And yeah, quite frankly, it's definitely changing. But granted, is it changing for the better or for the worse?
Yeah, I mean, I would say for the worse.
I mean, yeah, well, that's no doubt. But the thing about it is that, I was hearing you earlier, and I didn't even realize that you realized that I was in the chat room. And I was just looking at it, I was like, oh, online dating, a lot of people, it doesn't work for a lot of people. It may work for myself, which you quoted, which shout out to you for that. But as far as online dating is concerned, that's just one of the ways in which the game has changed, and in many ways you have to adapt to that. My thing with online dating is this: it's not my only way of dating. Don't get me wrong, and trust me, my online dating experiences, for the most part, I would say a lot of chicks either get the taste of ADD, or they just
just flake out. Trust me. Online dating isn't as cracked up as you may think it is for me. Granted, I'd probably do better than average. Don't get me wrong. We've had discussions about this. But yeah, but overall, trust me, it's just one of the many things that you have to use in your arsenal in today's society, particularly when it comes to just getting anything you want.
And I totally agree with that. I totally agree with what you're saying.
Yeah. So, but here's the thing about it. Like, when it comes to the evolution of game itself and the evolution of getting chicks, this is one of the reasons why I have been stressing on, and I know this is a self-plug, on my Join the Elite series, on why you shouldn't waste time and attention on the typical stuff we've been told to waste our time and attention on. Mainly these nightclubs, mainly these code approaches. I know you're a legend in code approach, but I have my gripes with it, not because of...
Okay, what about, hold up, and I'm going to cut you off right there. What about social circle? Because nobody talks about that in the black community or in the black manosphere.
Well, here's the difficult thing about social circles. Let's be honest, a lot of blacks here, a lot of blacks in today's society are niggas. And most black people who are drawn to the black manosphere are the antithesis of niggas. So, combine that along with many of us who weren't raised in integrated or non-black societies, our social circles are limited. And even if we do go to college, yeah, we may be lucky and fall into a group of friends who, for the most part, are either non-black or non-niggified black. But, I mean, the options are still limited. I mean, we still live in a country where a lot of people feel as if we weren't friends in the 5th grade or something like that, we can't be friends. Trust me, that's a big issue that I'm facing here in Utah. Especially in a place where a lot of people take pride in living your role in your life. I mean, like, really? Have you seen the rest of America? Hell, have you seen the rest of the Western United States? No offense to Utah, but, I mean, Colorado blows this place away. Nevada blows this place away. Washington, Arizona, Oregon, I'm not saying Utah's one. Yeah, the more I think about it, it's like it may just be a notch better than the East Coast, but that's a whole other personal issue. But and let's not even compare it to California, dude. A lot of the social circle game that you would say emphasize on, I completely agree with you. Mainly because social circle is probably one of the more effective ways on getting women, on getting dates away, and it's one of the easiest ways. And it's actually, here's the thing: a lot of these non-black guys, their main form of game is social circle. You don't see a lot of these non-black guys going out clubbing and doing all this other kind of popping bottle crap just to get attention from floozies and whoever. Let's just be honest. A lot of it is like, hey, I'm going to have a house party, or you have the house party next week, and Brad will have a 3-3, and then we're just going to invite the local chicks from the neighborhood or the chicks you know, and have them invite their friends and that sort of thing. And yeah, we'll give some free drinks or whatever, some shot skis or whatnot. And bam, there you go.
Yeah, and Clutch, you have mentioned this yourself, and I mean, we're not here to bitch and moan or nothing like that, but you've mentioned it yourself that, and in your anti-MGTOW videos, that there's no reason for guys to complain if they're white, because we see this average or subpar white men with beautiful white women.
Or just beautiful women of other races.
Exactly, I mean, Asian women.
Exactly, especially the Asian women. And let's be honest, like, as far as MGTOW is concerned, as I said, when it comes to MGTOW, and I don't even hate MGTOW. Yeah, granted, I'm a constructive critic of MGTOW, but trust me, there are bigger groups that have bigger gripes with the MGTOW. But as far as I'm concerned, there's no reason why, well, how should I say, there's no reason why black men should go MGTOW, and there's no excuse why white men should be MGTOW. If you're a MGTOW as a white man, you have failed, my friend. I hate to say this, but I mean, you have all these non-white women. Forget the white woman for a second, all right? You have all these non-white women, these Hispanics, these Asians, these Indian chicks, these swirlers, who are clamoring at the chance to get with some sort of white guy, no matter how mediocre he is. And the fact that you got all these guys here just complaining and bitching and moaning about, they aren't even bitching and moaning about the walls. They're just bitching and moaning because they can't get access to what they claim they don't want. It's a bunch of cognitive dissonance for starters. And especially with these American MGTOW guys, I mean, these guys are pathetic. I mean, we're seeing the revelation of some of these MGTOW guys, like Angry MGTOW and who's that dude with the sex dolls? I'm not sure.
Turd flinging monkey.
Yeah, some shit like that. Are these guys American? I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Now, allegedly, Turd flinging monkey is a mixed Asian black guy. I don't know if I believe that bullshit, but okay. Or he's Mexican. I don't know.
They're Americans.
They're Americans.
This is the difference between MGTOW, American MGTOWs and non-American MGTOWs. You have non-American MGTOWs like Sandman from Canada and MGTOW 101 from Australia, who regardless of what you may think about MGTOW, they actually bring up some good points, some good examples on why you may want to consider not being at least committed to a woman and having a marriage and family, that sort of thing. I get where those guys are coming from. And note how a lot of those MGTOW guys, particularly your Canadian, Australian, European MGTOW dudes, they don't put race into it. They put their fellow men into it, regardless if he's black, white, or otherwise. These American MGTOW guys, they're on some other shit. Quite frankly, and these are the kind of people who have hijacked the MGTOW movement for worse, regardless of where it was before.
The outright.
The
alt-right,
virgin towels, sexually frustrated dudes, that sort of thing. We all know the deal.
Right. Well, Clutch, I mean, and listen, guys, I'm not here. And Clutch, I like Clutch's Elite series. You guys check him out. I will post the link in the description box once I upload the video. But I think that Clutch would agree with me, and we've talked about this before. I mean, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but as a black guy, you're just gonna have to be on point physically, right? We've talked about that.
Right.
And if you're the educated, lame black guy, you got to be in shape, and you got to. I'm sorry, but you got to just suck it up and be your best self, man. Unless you want to be a swag, guy or one of these thugs, which I don't recommend. But we're gonna have to be better, especially if you want to date non-black women. But I think that the way the game is going now, man. I know that Roosh has had a few live streams where he doesn't know traveling, but I think traveling, brothers we might have to go to Asia or something, like Kurikakari Jones said. We got to go to Japan.
Yeah, I completely agree, especially with going to places like Asia and Japan. I mean, and you know my personality by now. I'm more the kind of guy who likes the tempered kind of women, the more even-keeled kind of women, like your Asian women or certain Latino women or something like that. I see how you're up in the club with those yellow white girls, and I'm not hating on you, but dude, that's just too much energy for me, dude.
Yeah, but it's crazy though, because Clutch, when you're a guy like Darkman X, right? This guy is a guy. He's a model. He's an actor. He does salsa dancing, right. And the best he can do is cougars and overweight black women. I mean, is he making this up, or is there something going on, man? Is it that bad for us black men that are educated, speak proper English? We know how to string us. You know what I mean? What's your thoughts on that?
So Darkman Jeff, I haven't heard much of this guy, but is he known for just dancing around being a gigolo or juggalo for
no. This is Darkman X. So Darkman X, he is a model. He's got a master's degree in engineering. He's a very accomplished guy. Is an actor. But even he has issues as he was talking about trying to meet women in his social circle as a model, and how hard it is for him to meet non-black women in his social circle because of the negative stigma that because he's black, they don't know much about black men besides what they see on TV and bullshit like that.
Right. And quite frankly, this is the reason why I emphasize black men as a whole to get off the Negro script, get off the Negro mentality, because at this point, I mean, looking at how we're portrayed in the media, a lot of it is our fault. And I don't take glee in saying this or saying, but I think we've allowed ourselves to go to a new low to the point in which the only kind of women we attract are gutter trash from other races. And here's the thing about it. Yeah, I may be only 31 years old, but I remember a time when black men, we had the masculinity, but we didn't have the niggification that came along with it. I don't know what happened. I honestly think that it was the case of niggas outbreeding blacks, and then you have these single mother raised sons of bitches, half of whom were probably crack addicts, and quite frankly, a lot of them were like, well, I want to go with an attitude and a big ass and all this other kind of stuff. Or these other guys who were just socially awkward and just sounding like they just came out of a freaking plantation or a rap video saying, man, I use me a dawn, and take pride in speaking freaking Ebonics, to the point in which it's like, you wonder why the black man image in America is in an all-time low. I mean, look at it. Look at these guys there. And for some reason, they feel as if that, I'm going to get me an elite girl, I'm going to get me a snow bunny, all this other kind of stuff. But in reality, first of all, a lot of these guys are going for the same kind of Janiqua, just in whiteface. And also, it's like you're bringing the rest of us down to the point where we're having freaking pogs and hogs come after us if we can get something outside our race, which honestly pisses me off more than anything else. I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for black men to be seen in the equal light as Jews.
Oh, shit.
Jewish men have game. You have to see Jewish men hollering at chicks. You got to see Jewish guys going out of their way to code approach and do nightclub this and day game that and freaking double XP gaming, all this other shit. No, snap your fingers, and whoever comes along. If not, it's your fucking loss. That's how I want it to be. That's where I want to be when it comes to black men, especially in the dating market, because I mean, quite frankly, we've been through so much in this damn country that just to come down to this, just to allow us to follow the stereotypes that American society has told the world that we are, that's a crock of shit, dude. And maybe I'm on another wavelength than your typical African American. I hate to sound like an elitist douchebag, but it's like, dude, when is change going to come? Change has to come from within, man.
I totally agree with that last part. Change has to come within. In regards to the other part you mentioned, I don't know. Individually, black people could achieve like the other groups have, but collectively, we got a long way to go. A long way to go. Maybe not in this lifetime, but you know.
Which is why I say you're a black man who's already got your shit together. If all else fails, get the hell out of Dodge. Get the hell out of this country. Find somewhere else where you don't have to battle stereotypes, because the majority of black men are still in this bullshit, some non-mean shit, and that sort of thing. And now you got black men basically just. I'm not trying to. You know what? Your show is the show in which people talk shit about other people, so I'm not going to really hold it back. If you want to upload this part, that's fine. But you got these old heads and little retired Cookie Ray Ray niggas pointing the finger at black men who actually work, or black men who are doing something, and then saying like, "Well, you're just mad because you couldn't get the pussy," or these older heads who are saying, "Well, it wasn't our fault. We didn't do anything. We were trying to mark the MLKs and all, and the other guys, freaking Shaka Zulus," but in reality, a lot of these Negroes were either just trying to live up their little car wash fantasy, trying to want to be cool in the gang, or these were these low-level thugs or low-level dope boys who, for some reason, survived and didn't get caught up, and now they're just wallowing away, either that, bitching about freaking how robots are going to take our fucking job, instead of teaching your sons and daughters how to freaking program, being above the game. Either that, or you got these middle-aged guys who are just saying, well, just throwing 15-year-old arguments around. And this is the mentality of most of Black America these days. And that's why I say, you know what? I think the black race in America is a lost fucking cause. I mean, if there is going to be a black race in America, or if there should be a black race in America, it should basically come from African immigrants, first generation blacks, or whatever. Because most of American blacks, we had our chance, and quite frankly, a lot of American blacks didn't want to step up to the plate.
Wow, Clutch, that's an interesting point. You might have to do a video about that last point you mentioned, you know, and expand on it, because that's a phenomenal point, and you've given me something to think about, that we might have to let the Africans come in and do what they do.
Yeah, honestly, because I mean, yeah, you can say about how some Africans hate American blacks, but I've seen it from both sides. I was raised in a multicultural environment. It was, I'd say, probably like 40% black, but I went to school with Africans. I went to school with Hispanics. I went to school with lower income whites, and from my experience, American blacks, on average, tend to be very hostile towards anyone who doesn't fit the Negro American script. So that wasn't just towards so-called educated lanes and nerds. It was towards Africans, Caribbeans, light-skinned people, whoever. And in a place like Washington, D.C., where it prides itself on being a chocolate city, trust me, black supremacy does exist over there. Or rather, should I say, nigga supremacy exists. To the point in which, you know, I mean, to the point in which if you weren't a nigga with a degree, or if you just weren't a nigga, if you didn't follow that stereotype, then you know, people didn't give you a chance. People didn't give you an opportunity. Hell, when I was 16 years old trying to get a job near my house at the time, I couldn't get a job or shit anywhere in PG County. I had to go all the way to places like Montgomery County, Maryland, or Fairfax, Virginia, where it wasn't predominantly black, or the black people who were there weren't niggas, and probably did outside their race. But yeah, that's how things roll. So it's like a lot of American blacks paint this soft story about how we was victims and how we was hated. Well, I was born in 1987, and the hatred for the most part for me came from mostly niggified blacks. I'm not going to say all blacks, because that would be an unfair assessment. Not all American blacks were like that, but let's be honest, a lot of them, and a lot of us, I should say, have been drowned out by this other crowd. The other crowd in which, thanks to the welfare state, has been able to flourish in numbers, not only just in physical numbers, but in the voice of the American black race. And I think that's the main reason, just to circle it back around to the topic of dating and the game, I think that's the reason why we're honestly losing more than anything else. You don't see shit like this in places like Britain, in places like Canada, in places like Australia, or even black guys who end up going to places like Latin America and freaking Asia, dude. I mean, you don't see the niggified blacks dominating the place, and as a result, you get 50% interracial marriage rates among black men and non-black women. I mean, it's as simple as that. And in reality, I think stuff like that should make it a wake-up call towards African Americans on what the fuck they're doing wrong, the reason why they can't integrate into the American fabric society, unlike the black person in Britain and the black person in Canada can. I mean, you have all these other people saying about, well, they don't have a black identity in Britain and they don't have black unity. Like, dude, all right. Yeah, what identity do we have here? What unity do we have here? How has that helped us in the United States? Except shove us into a group of people, most of whom can't stand our guts because we speak as if we have sense or we have an IQ.
Oh, you there?
I know that was like a mouthful. Oh, my bad, dude.
No, bro. Listen, man. Listen, I'm loving it. You guys, everybody calling today is really on a rant mode today. I guess this is a topic that really resonates with a lot of guys. I you know, I might have to do a fucking part 2 to this. You know.
I mean, hey, if you got other callers, it's all good. But I mean, I can stay here longer.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I mean, we don't have another caller, man. So you're good. You're good.
Oh, okay. Good. All right, cool. But yeah, as I was saying, look, blacks before the welfare state, we had stable families, we had stable marriages, and we had stable communities. And quite frankly, if we were to have kept that image, if we were to have kept such a reputation, I don't think we'd be facing the majority of the problems that we face today. I honestly think, and just like Obsidian said, white supremacy is not our number one problem in the 21st century. Well, I would say it's nigga supremacy, but that's, as I said, I've already elaborated on that. As far as that's concerned, I mean, look, we have people who take pride in just identifying with this image. And I know it may make me sound like an educated lame or someone who's stale, boring, or that sort of thing, but look, here's the thing. Which one would you rather have? To be stereotyped and hated because you're boring, or to be stereotyped and hated because you're a menace? I mean, as I said, back to the example of the Jews. I mean, yeah, you got people shitting on them, making fun of them for being like uptight and boring and a bunch of lawyers and accountants, but at the end of the day, they aren't the ones on these freaking websites talking about well, Jewish women only go for thugs, and Jewish women are obsessed over white men, Aryan white men, and they aren't doing this shit. And it's for a reason. They have their shit in check, no matter how boring it makes them. And I think that's the problem with a lot of these Negroes today, is that you spend all this time in school, especially middle and high school, and in college now these days, trying to live up to an image, being all reactionary to these women on what they want, what they thought was masculine, and you being a swag bag or homo thug or want to be dope boy, when in reality, a lot of us, we aren't built from that cloth. Let's just say that. Even if we were raised in the so-called ghettos and hoods, we aren't built from that cloth. I'm just going to say that. So, and I think that's what a lot of what led me to realize, especially when growing up, that, you know what, look, I'm not about this life. I don't even care for this life. I know that there's a world out here beyond the ghettos and even beyond the United States. And I think a lot of that is what helped me realize and shape my perspective on life, the world, and just the matrix that is the United States, and the bigger matrix, or the worst matrix that is the so-called Black community.
Okay. Well, Clutch, I really do appreciate, you know, your input. You deep as always. And like I said before, man, Clutch, you know, I don't have anything against online dating. I just think that, as I mentioned to you before, that sometimes we tend to just utilize that, and a lot of guys, Clutch, as you know, and I'm not speaking about you, but a lot of these young brothers don't have the social fortitude to talk to women in person, because you're still going to need to talk to these women in person. But Clutch, I got one last question for you. What is your take on the rise of alpha male strategies? Why has he come out of nowhere to be so successful, in your opinion? No, I mean, he has. Let's be real.
I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing for success. Because, well, first of all, where's the stream this week? Wasn't he supposed to be like a stream like yesterday or something like that? It was like Tuesdays and Fridays?
Yeah, I talked to him. He was too busy fucking a bitch in the mouth, so I don't know, you know.
Okay. Well, that I can believe. The alpha male strategies. You know what? Let me tell you something about alpha male strategies. This guy is, this guy, I'm going to say this. Me being a libertarian, if anything, if I have any political leans, this guy's the Ron Paul of the dating market.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I say this guy's the Ron Paul of the dating market is this. He's exposing a lot of the bullcrap that's going on, that a lot of these PUA pickup artists and dating coaches, including one guy you've talked to, I won't say his name, but he insisted on calling you, Damn, they're not Solo, but
Soto.
Soto. Yeah, Soto. But as far as alpha male strategies goes, he is exposing a lot of these dating coaches that have been, I'm not saying all of them, but a good amount, especially the ones who are still in the dating coach market this day, are basically just fleecing guys of their money, telling guys these half-ass strategies, these half-ass solutions. We're talking, you got guys talking about some, don't be on your purpose, don't, your money won't change it, looks won't change it. All you do is like approach 26 hours a day, 9 days a week, some shit like that. And then you wonder why these guys are fucking frustrated and they end up going MGTOW. I mean, it's as simple as that. and check this out. I'll take this for your stream. I was going to discuss this with Colin AMF, but I don't want to put the blood on him. But you got these other guys, one of these other dating coaches who talking about some half-ass strategies about how to get women, just like Big Pharma. You know, they give you enough to hold on but not be successful or not to heal from your problem. But you got this guy going up in my, and so you can tell me, you don't have to say his name, but just say yes or no if you know who I'm talking about. This guy has been uploading videos in Miami in these fucking penthouses, bringing up these wannabe instant thoughts or whatever, dude.
Well,
what they're doing.
Who's that, Tyler?
No. You know who. I'm just going to say this. It's your twin.
It's my twin. Justin Wayne?
Nah, dude.
It's my twin.
He's a pickup coach. He's a pickup artist.
Is he black?
Yeah, he's black. He's I believe he's probably first generation American. I mean, come on. You know who he is.
Are you talking about Montreal Madison?
No. I'm talking about the guy who walks around Brooklyn all day but doesn't lose weight.
Oh, okay. I know who you're talking about. Oh, well, come on, man. I don't look like that guy, do I? Get the hell out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I take that as an insult. I know who you're talking about now. The guy who walks. Okay. Okay. Go in. I'm
not even saying he's the worst, but still, it's like, dude, yeah. I mean, yeah, some of the shit you say is on point. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to say he's completely piece of shit, but I mean, it's stuff the advice he's been given, it's like Big Pharma. Yeah, they give you enough to hold on and to treat the symptoms, yeah, but alpha male strategies, besides exposing these guys, he's actually giving out, for the most part, like legit shit, like be on your purpose. Don't worry about hollering and approaching every chick you see. How to get women vested into you. How to get women to approach you. So, and like this video, social media and new age dating, which segues into online dating, which is why I emphasize fixing yourself, working on yourself, because online dating, it is about looks. It's all about looks. So what else do you got besides some profile that can look as generic as everybody else? I mean, for me personally, if I'm not smashing on a Friday or Saturday night, especially, I'm in the fucking gym, dude. I'm losing weight. Hitting the weights. Hitting the weights, yeah. You know what I mean. Losing fat, gaining muscle, that sort of shit. And that's my strategy. I want to make myself look buff enough or lean enough so that I get women to approach me, whether it's online, whether it's in real life. That's the strategy we got to use. And especially now with, the Me Too thing's dying down a bit, but, I mean, we get the message when it comes to women not wanting to be approached in the streets. Okay, if that's what they want, that's what they get. They got to approach us now. But as far as alpha male strategies goes, hey, look, I see him hit, if he goes in this stride, I see him hitting 100,000 probably around, I'd say, the end of summer.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that, like Colby said earlier, I think a lot of another reason he's become so successful is because he doesn't waste time getting to the message. Like you said, giving you half a message, he gives it to you in his 10 minutes or less, and it's very applicable, and a lot of these dating coaches will give you some sort of a vague, they'll make a video and it's kind of like you'll it's really watered down, so to speak, you know?
And it's watered down because they want you to buy their books and buy their DVDs and go to their seminars. And then, as I said, like as I said in my videos, you gotta be dude for a master and freaking pay this hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars, go to the weekend seminar just to test it out and go to the shittiest, most stuck-up nightclubs and deal with women who aren't there to smash. They're there for attention in the first place, which is why I also say why nightclubs are pussy casinos. It is not designed for you to win. And Alphamere Strategies has also agreed to this fact that nightclubs are some of the worst places you can go to get chicks, looking all desperate, just sitting there, buying drinks, being in some 5-piece penguin suit or some shit like that, like some of these other dating coaches tell you to do. I'm like, dude, it's not that fucking serious. It's just pussy, dude.
Right. I will say I don't really go to the clubs. I'm more of a lounge guy myself. So the music is a lot less, you know, louder and it's easy to approach. But yeah, me personally, I mean, Clutch, we're both in our 30s. I don't have time to be going to night. Even though I talk about hitting the field, I don't go out as much as people think. Not like compared to my 20s. You know what I mean? I do not. And people, somebody asked me earlier if I'm going out for the Super Bowl. Fuck no. The covers are $200 for a bar that's usually free. For $20 cocktails that are fucking watered down and shitty, no. But what I will do, Clutch, and you're going to laugh, I'm going to fire up my fucking Tinder and I'm going to swipe, and maybe there might be a lonely girl Super Bowl weekend that's looking for some black shish kebab. So I will be doing that.
Oh, man. And as I said, that's the reason why I emphasize, guys, get in the fucking gym. Do not be afraid to have one photo with you. If you have the six-pack and the abs and all this other kind of stuff, don't be afraid to have a picture of you with that. Not posing necessarily, because there are strategies to dating online, but you want to make sure that you're like surrounded by your homeboys or something like that, so it looks like some random-ass picture instead of just flexing intentionally just to get chicks, because that's the difference. That's what I have in one of my profiles. Or if you want to do a gym profile, just have like a tank top or some shit on. I mean, that will definitely help.
Definitely. And like I said, guys, I mean, you guys see me. I'm back in the gym heavy. I got to be up at 6 tomorrow. Tomorrow's cardio and back day. So, yeah.
Good shit, bro.
I'm trying. All right, Clutch. Well, I got to get going, bro, but I appreciate you calling in, man. I really enjoyed this segment of the stream, man.
Hey, no problem, dude. Anytime.
All right. Peace out, bro.
All right, later.
All right, man. That, ladies and gentlemen, was Xanado's Clutch. You feel me? This stream, man, like, yo, brothers is really like really taking this off their chest. You know what I mean? Like, brothers is really going in, and I think that, man, we are the few, man. We are the people that get scrutinized the most because we trying to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying? But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. And I'm thankful that you guys are even on, man, listening to this. But we got to do a part 2, you know, to this stream. This stream was lit. You know, who knows, man? Maybe we get AMS on the stream, right? Would you guys like that? If I get AMS on the stream again? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Definitely, man. Let's see what I can do. But yo, in the meantime, I want to say that, you know, as most of you know, for those that didn't know, the reason I've been doing live streams on here is because my live stream capabilities have been taken away from my other channel. So I've been doing it on here. And if you feel free to donate, the link is in the chat. Feel free to donate, you know what I'm saying? Even if you have a couple dollars for your boy, it's all good, you know what I'm saying? Because right now, I'm hurting because, you know, yeah, man. Those Beckies ran through my wallet yesterday. But I didn't trick. But I'm just saying. Anyway, follow me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter at SOLOTV84. That's Instagram, Snapchat, or Twitter at SoloTV84. I appreciate everybody who called. Colby, Massive Panda, Motor City Kid, Xanados Clutch, Darkman, X. Anybody who called, did I forget anybody? Solo Mitch? No, Solo Mitch ain't called, but shout out to you. CR Frank. Shout out to you as well, CR Frank. Listen, we'll do the crypto talk, fam. I don't know. Are you subscribed to my other channel? I mean, well, shout out to Kenneth the Golden Child. Shout out to Bezel Boop. Empty Wallet. What up? Super Sly, see you. You know, so I appreciate that a lot. It's your boy Solomon Jones. And I'm out. Peace. Yo, you think I got enough time to hit the Snow Bunny spot tonight?